Also, hearty welcome to our expert speakers for the day, Dr. Jayant Kortre, Associate Professor at Thapar Institute of Engineering and Technology, Patiala, Punjab. Welcome, sir. I hearty welcome to Dr. Sarang Dhote, Assistant Professor, Department of Chemistry, Sri Shivaji Science College, Nagpur. Welcome, sir. Then I hearty welcome to Pratik Deshmukh, Department of Chemistry, Professor Ram Meghe, Institute of Technology and Research, Badnera. Welcome, sir. I hearty welcome to Mr. Akshay P. Kale, um, Assistant Professor, B. Raghunath, Arts, Commerce and Science College, Parbhani. Welcome, sir. I orally welcome to the respected heads of Department of Chemistry and all faculty members from collaborating colleges. We are truly grateful to have such an esteemed panel with us today. So now I would like to invite respected Dr. N.D. Gawade sir, convener of today's webinar, for introduction of today's guest.
Please wait. Dr. Pawar is joining.
Okay, sir.
Hello, hello, sir.
Hello. Hello.
Hello, hello,
हा
sir.
बोला.
सर कॉलेजचा टायमिंग होत आहे सर, थोडं लवकर स्टार्ट करा ना.
आता ते इनॉग्रेटर जॉईन व्हायचे आहे, तर ते झाल्याबरोबर स्टार्ट होईल. तुम्ही
बरं
म्यूट करून ठेवा.
बरं ठीक आहे. मग मैं ऍप डाउनलोड
खुशबू,
Yes,
खुशबू.
sir. Yes,
हाँ,
sir. Yes.
the Nakade sir will introduce the Dr. Pawar, and
Yes.
directly he is giving his inaugural speech, and other program will be proceed further. There is no introduction by me of this webinar.
Okay. Okay.
Just
And
welcome Dr. Pawar sir and hand over the session to Nakade sir.
Nakade, sir. Okay.
आम्ही रिडक्शन काढून घेतो. पहिल्या सेमच्या नोट्स घेतल्या होत्या मग असं
हॅलो हॅलो
हॅलो नाकाडे सर.
हो सर.
हा जॉईन झालोय.
ओके ओके.
हॅलो
जस्ट अ मिनिट.
ओके
खुशबू, यू मे प्रोसीड.
ओके सर. So I again also hearty welcome to the inaugurator of today's webinar, Dr. Pawar sir, in charge registrar, director and professor, School of Mathematical Sciences, SRTMU Nanded. Welcome sir. Then so now I would like to invite respected Dr. TD Nakade sir, organizing secretary of today's webinar, for introduction of today's inaugurator, Dr. Pawar sir.
व्हिडिओ का स्टार्ट नाही.
नाकाडे सर. हॅलो हॅलो
Good morning, everyone.
व्हिडिओ लाव व्हिडिओ.
Myself, Mr. Tushar Nakade, Head and Assistant Professor in Department of Mathematics, GS Tompe Art, Commerce and Science College, Chandrapur. A very warm welcome to all of you joining us today for this special one-day international webinar on new dimension in research, innovations, startup, and entrepreneurship for Viksit Bharat. We are honored to host this session organized by Department of Chemistry, GS Tompe Arts, Commerce and Science College, Chandur Bazar, collaborating with different institutes of Nagpur and Amravati University. To formally begin this event, it is my privilege to introduce our esteemed inaugurator for today's session. Please join me in welcoming Dr. D.D. Pawar sir. Dr. D.D. Pawar sir, in charge registrar, SRTMU Nanded, also Professor and Director of School of Mathematical Sciences, SRTMU Nanded, having teaching experience on PG level 20 years and UG level 5 years. His area of research is theory of relativity, cosmological models, alternative theories of gravity, modified theories of gravity, fractional calculus, fractional integral transform, and fractional differential equations. He has published 128 total research papers, including 72 in Scopus and Web of Science, 31 in UGC Care List, and 24 in others. He has presented 42 research papers in international and national conferences. Under his guidance, 9 students awarded PhD and 9 students awarded MPhil. And currently 8 students registered for PhD. He has completed 2 research projects and 2 ongoing. He has delivered total 81 invited talks in international and national conferences and workshops. His academic positions are: he is member of Council SRTMU Nanded. He is member of Management Council LNIPE Gwalior, member of Academic Council SRTMU Nanded and Shahu College Latur, Chairman of Board of Studies SRTMU Nanded from 2019 to 2022. Member of Board of Studies of various universities and institutes, including Pune University, Kavitri Vainabai Chaudhary North Maharashtra University, Jalgaon, Sahu Autonomous College, Latur, SRTM University, Nanded, Nagpur, Rashtrasanta Tukolji Maharaj University, Nagpur, Government Vidarbha Institute of Science and Humanities, Amravati, SGGS College, Nanded, संत गाडगे बाबा अमरावती युनिव्हर्सिटी अमरावती, गोंडवाना युनिव्हर्सिटी गडचिरोली, डॉक्टर बाबासाहेब आंबेडकर मराठवाडा युनिव्हर्सिटी औरंगाबाद, महात्मा गांधी विद्या मंदिर नाशिक. He is also member of RRC, CRC, DRC of SRTMU Nanded, PAH Solapur University Solapur, MGM University Aurangabad, and Dr. Babasaheb Ambedkar Marathwada University Aurangabad. He is also coordinator of NetSet coaching for SC, ST, OBC minority He is also member of State Quality Assurance Cell, Ministry of Higher Education, Higher and Technical Education, Government of Maharashtra State. His administrative positions are: he is Director of School of Mathematical Sciences, SRTM University, Nanded; Director, IQAC, Institutional Steering Committee, SRTM University, Nanded; Coordinator, NAC, SRTM University, Nanded; Member of Secretary, Parisparsh Yojana, Government of Maharashtra State; NSS Program Officer of GYSH Amravati in from 6 to 2006 to 2013; Area Coordinator of NSS SGBU Amravati from in the session 2012-13; Member of Purchase Committee, Member of Board of Exam Committee, Member of Board of Governors under PM Usha SRTMU Nanded; Member of Execution Committee under PM Usha SRTMU Nanded; Member Secretary, NEP 2020 Cell, SRTMU Nanded. He has received total 4 awards, including Fellow Royal Astronomical Society, London; Fellow Maharashtra Academy of Sciences, India; Best University School, SRTMU Nanded; Mahatma Phule Dr. Babasaheb Ambedkar Award for Research and Extension, Government of Vidarbha Institute of Science and Humanities, Amravati. He has also a very achieving academics, but because of time, I am skipping this, and we are truly honored to have you with us, sir, and we look forward to your insights. May I now invite Dr. D.D. Pawar, sir, to inaugurate this session with valuable words. Over to you, sir.
Thank you, sir. Hello, am I audible?
Yes, sir.
Good morning to all esteemed guests, distinguished speakers, scholars, entrepreneurs, principal of the college, convener, and all the team members, and also all the participants in this international webinar. It is with immense pleasure and pride that I welcome you all to this international webinar. And I formally declare that today's this one-day international webinar is inaugurated. Today marks a significant step in our collective journey towards building a developed India, Viksit Bharat, powered by knowledge, driven by innovation, and sustained by entrepreneurial spirit. We stand at a turning point in a history where the pace of change is unprecedented. The challenges we face, be it in healthcare, sustainability, education, or technology, demands a new perspectives, bold ideas, and collective efforts. And it is in the platform like this where academia, industry, policymakers, and the startup ecosystem coverage that these solutions begin to take shape. India is home to one of the largest pools of young talented minds in the world. With a robust startup ecosystem, now the third largest globally and rapidly growing focus on R&D, we are witnessing a transformation that aligns perfectly with the vision of Viksit Bharat at the rate 2047. But to truly realize this dream, we must continuously explore new dimension in how we research, how we innovative, and how we turn those ideas into sustainable entrepreneurship that benefits not just India, but also the world. This webinar is not just a gathering of minds, it's a confluence of purpose. As we explore sessions over the coming days, I encourage each of you to share your insights, challenge conventions, and most importantly, collaborate beyond boundaries. Let us remember that every breakthrough starts with a question, every startup with a spark, and every revolution with a vision. Together, let's ignite that vision and work towards a self-reliant, innovative, and globally leading Bharat. Thank you, and I wish you best wishes for this today's webinar. And I hope all of you enjoy this today's academic feast. And I heartily congratulate to the team of all these team members of this college. And with this few words, I stop here. Thank you, Anana.
Thank you so much, sir, for your insightful address and for setting the perfect tone for today's discussion. Thank you very much. Then now I request our chairperson, Dr. R.S. Ramteke sir, to share a few words with us.
Ramteke sir is not there. He is busy
Okay,
at
sir.
university. He has said his regard and giving the best wishes to our webinar. So we are continuing with our first session.
Okay.
Okay.
So, to introduce our first esteemed speaker, I invite Dr. A.V. Rajgure, Sir, Joint Secretary of this webinar, to introduce our first speaker, Dr. Jay Korte, sir.
Okay. Thank you. Good morning to all participants. Dr. Jain Kolte sir is introduced. Dr. Jain Kolte sir is currently working as assistant professor at Thapar Institute of Engineering and Technology, Patiala, Punjab. Dr. Jain is third in merit and recipient of the Dr. Solitker Memorial Award during the master degree. Thereafter, he joined IIT Bombay for doctorate degree. He has earned PhD in 2016 on multiferric ceramic and thin film. He has engineered developed magnetoelectric measurement setup at IIT Bombay and worked extensively on the characterization of such material. During doctorate degree, he won several awards at a conference. Dr. Jayant has more than 15 years research experience and 8 years of teaching experience. He has around 50 research publications and 2 book chapters in his profile. Currently, he is working as a multiferroid, piezoelectric, ceramic, and the thin film of energy harvesting application and supervisor to PhD students, while four researcher scholars are currently pursuing at a PhD. Thank you. I hand over to the Kolte sir.
Thank you, sir. Thank you for such nice introduction. Am I audible to all?
Yes,
Yes, sir,
you
you
are
are.
audible, Jain.
Okay, so I will share this thing.
Screen is visible.
Okay. Okay, so now I am on the first screen. Is the first screen visible, sir?
Yes,
Yes,
it
sir.
is visible.
Okay. So I will turn off my video so that bandwidth will be larger. Audio is also perfect, right?
Yes.
Okay. So I will start now. First of all, thank you very much for inviting me. Thank you for the organizers, the students, the team, and other participating members. So I will share my journey starting from the graduate level and till the professor level. See, I am associate professor now in the Thapar Institute of Engineering and Technology. So I will share you my journey of research and innovations. I am a material scientist basically. I did PhD from IIT Bombay in ceramics, that is material science, that is applied physics. This is outline. First, I will share my academic journey, then the research work I have done. Then I will share one type of technique for innovation in the research. How can you use your actual known beliefs and how can you build your innovation or new technique based on that. Then I will share my ideas or the work I am doing right now. And then I will share about some thoughts of the innovations in India and what can be done for improving those things. So I did BSc in 2003 from Sant Gadgi Baba Amravati University. Then I did masters, that is MSc in physics in 2005 from the same Amravati University. I am third merit. Then in 2007, I got a project offer from IIT Bombay. There I joined as a project staff, which has the work on defense research. That is to make some devices for the defense technology. I graduated in 2015 with my PhD. And then again with 15, I joined as a project scientist there itself at IIT Bombay. And then I got offer from Thapar Institute in 2017. So I'm currently working here in the Thapar Institute of Engineering and Technology, which is the university. And currently I'm the associate professor guiding 4 students now. So first, what is the goal of research? So we can categorize research into 2 types. One is called as academic and one is called as applied. So academic research is basically we use to satisfy our curiosity to know what is happening, what phenomena are happening behind those events in physics and chemistry. And we used to improve our existing knowledge, such as before quantum, there is a classical theory. So people have made some quantum innovations. So new theory has come up. That is a academic research. That's what we do in our universities and IITs and everywhere. In applied research, that is mostly for the improvement of the security, comfort, happiness, and technology enhancement, such as there was a Nokia phone before. Apple has made some significant innovations that is called as applied research. In the medical field also, there is a lot of innovations are going on. So now you can use your mobile phone, you can scan your report of blood report, and you can tell what kind of disease you may have or you currently have. So that is the technology I evolved. So these are kind of applied research. Now this is a data of top 10 cited research publications of all times. And you can see that most of the papers here are in the life sciences area because life sciences is related to our life. So to enhance the quality of life, people do a lot of research in life sciences and there is a lot of funding also. So highest citation you can see here is around 3 lakhs for one of the paper that is published in 1951. And this is a profile of Albert Einstein, who has laid the foundation of quantum theory. He has 25,000 or 26,000 citations for his one paper. So you can see there is a difference in the citations in between the paper published by any random author and a published paper by Albert Einstein. So can we say that the Einstein work was not impactful? So what I mean by impactful research is that research should lead the significant improvement or understanding in the phenomena. It should catalyze a series of research work in that area, such quantum has done. It should make more life more comfortable and secure, and it should have a new improved product. So what is the difference between the 3 lakh citation and 25 citations of Albert Einstein? So I mean to say that your citation do not define your quality of work. Your impact of the research defines the quality of work. And now we are focusing right now in the Modi government, or we are focusing in this kind of research now, impactful research. So to make the research more impactful, we have to innovate some ways. We have to innovate by other or new techniques. So I came across one of the technique that is called as Raster hexagon idea. So what is this? I will share you in a little bit. So it means that if you know something X about a particular thing, you can find out the next. It means, let's say Sony has given a Walkman. So Walkman are small scale devices in which you can put your device, put on your device and you can listen to the music. So what next? So Apple has made iPod out of that. So if you know the X, you can do the next. How can we do that? So there is the Raster hexagon idea. So this is the innovation technique. This is the technique to find out innovations happening in your research or in your technology. So this is a professor, Ramesh Raskar. He is working in MIT Media Lab in the USA. He has given this hexagon idea. So we will see one by one of this now. So first here is in center, you can see there is a X and there are some combinations at the hexagon corners. So what is mean by X now? So X can be anything, it can be your idea or whatever you have just heard. It can be any concept, just say AI or ChatGPT is the idea you have just heard. You have to develop more than that. So you know the X now, you have to develop next. It can be a patent, it can be a new product, it can be a design, it can be a art, or it can be algorithm in computer science. So we will take an example of Flipkart. So all you know that when the Flipkart started, they used to deliver books only. So Flipkart was started to deliver books. So you know the idea now. What is the idea? Delivery of books. So now we will see how can we fit this in the hexagon idea. So now we will fit that in the this one. So first is X plus Y. It means you know something X, you can add Y into that and you can make something new. So what do you know? Flipkart deliver books. What Amazon did? We deliver everything. Your books, your medicines, your electronic equipments, your groceries, everything. That is X plus Y. Then there is one thing, if you know the problem, you can find out the other solution. What are the problem? So problem is that delivery, now people know there is a delivery of goods, there is a delivery of books. People have added that concept or that idea into other things such as Blinkit. So if you know the problem, what is the problem? People are not getting essential items during the night time. Or suppose you want a medicine at night, you cannot go and bring the medicine. So idea is order on Blinkit. So that is the problem. Blinkit has given solution for that problem. There is a opposite way of this also, so such that if you know a solution, you can find out the problem. What is the solution? Delivery is the solution. What is the problem people are facing? People are facing problems in commuting. They are facing problems in going one place to another place, from home to the office, office to the home. So Ola and Uber have started a human delivery.
27 आराम आ रहे हैं।
So they know the
40
problem.
में 52 हो गए आज की तारीख और 2-3 आने वाले हैं। ठीक है, देता ना, मैं मैसेज डालूंगा ना ग्रुप पे।
Now
बस
X raised to power D. This means that you can extend it to the next dimension. What is now next dimension event? You can implement their idea. So nowhere I thought about. So now if you can know the delivery, so the delivery happen in 10 minutes. So the ambulance should come in 10 minutes. So that's the next idea. So you can use air ambulances. Air ambulance will come to your home. They will pick up you and they will give, they will take you to the hospitals. So that is a to the next dimension. Then X bar. X bar is do the exactly opposite. So instead of delivery from the warehouse to your home, make the delivery from home to the office. So this is the Mumbai Dabbawala, very famous thing. They take food from your home, they take boxes, lunch boxes from your home, and they deliver in your offices. So that is they are doing exactly opposite of this. And then the last is if you know something, you can use some adjectives such as smaller, cheaper, larger, and so on. So that you can use this as a tagline, such as Apple is saying that our iPhones are 60% larger, our battery is last 20% longer, our speaker are 20% louder. So this is their taglines. So this is how you can use this hexagon for innovations. This is just one of the example. You can use this for any of the research ideas. Okay, now coming to my research. So I am doing the research on the renewable energy because renewable energy is the way of future. Whatever energy sources are now, they will deplete in the 2040, near 2040. After that, entire world will rely on the renewable energies. Renewable energies such as solar and thermal and green hydrogen right now and energy harvesting. So I'm working on this area since the beginning of PhD. So what we do here is that we harvest small amount of ambient energy that is anyway going to the waste, such as heat, such as vibration from the car, vibration from the fan, that will go to the waste, such as sunlight. If you use it, you can use it in the solar panel, otherwise it will go waste. So I use this kind of technology and use some materials, and we store this energy and we use this energy without any need of battery. So first, this I have done in the PhD is the magnetoelectric ceramics and thin films. Ceramics are basically the things which are made up of one metal and one non-metal, such as SiO2 is a ceramics, and thin films basically are the small scale devices of the ceramics. Thin films are used in the microprocessor or in your pen drive, in your CD and everywhere. So what is the magnetoelectric? Is basically this material shows two types of property. One is ferroelectric and one is ferromagnetic. So magnetic and electric property, they have a combination, and you can tune these properties. You can apply the magnetic field and produce electricity, or you can apply electric field and produce magnetic field. So there are two types. One is called as single phase, and one is called as composite. I work on both of this. This we have used for the synthesis of thin films. This is called as pulse laser deposition technique, in which you have a ceramics. You remove some of the portion of ceramics by using a laser, and that film is getting deposited on something that we call as thin films. So we made thin films, and by using those devices, we able to harvest around 0.7 volt, that is 700 millivolts of voltage. So this is a kind of device that can harvest the energy when you apply the magnetic field. So in the graph, you can see that y-axis is the HDC, that is magnetic field, and there is a voltage. Top voltage is around 700 millivolts. So I have designed this setup in my PhD. So when I started my work in the PhD, very few IITs have this setup, are actually one or two only. So we spent a lot of time because nobody was able to give it. Nobody was able to produce the machine, so we have to make it by own. So we have spent around 1.5 years for making only this kind of setup for different samples, such as thin films and ceramics and everything. And here there is a lot of designs and experiments are involved. And now you can buy this ready-made from the USA or Germany, but at that time it was very scarce. So our ceramics, we have made composites also. Composites are able to produce 400 millivolts of constant voltage at 600 field. 600 oersted field is very small. If you use 2-inch of magnet and 2 mm in thickness, you can able to produce this kind of voltage. Then I joined at Thakur Institute, and then my one student works on fuel cells. Fuel cells are nothing but they are the devices like a battery. So battery, they used to store some charges. In fuel cell is store some charges. How? So you have to apply the full hydrogen on one side of the cell, or air on another side of the cell, and there is a reaction in between, and then it will produce the charges. The charges you collect, they will give you the current or voltage. So any cell has three types, that is anode, electrolyte, and cathode. So here also we made anode, electrolyte, and cathode. These are the pictures of this cell, and this is the power. So we are able to generate around 100 milliwatt of power by using these kind of devices. This is the actual motor running on the fuel cell. So now we are working on the large scale of this. We will mix 5 by 5 centimeters or 10 by 10 centimeters of these cells, and we will be, if we stack it, it will be useful for the standalone power applications. Then one of my student is working on piezoelectric nano generators. Piezoelectric, everybody knows, if you apply some force, it will generate a voltage. Nano generators means these devices are produce voltage in the millivolts. So that's why it is called as nano generators. So these are some devices, and these are some applications. You can see if you use finger tapping, bending, or if you stand on the film, you are able to generate some voltage. And if you can use this voltage, harvest this voltage, there is no need of battery for your very small scale devices such as your wristwatch. Wristwatch work only in the microwatt of power. So these devices produce enough power for your wristwatches, calculators. This is another application as a energy harvesting of piezoelectricity, such as the writing pad. If you use a writing pad that itself generates a voltage, you can use that voltage for charging that pad itself. Then another application is in the spacebar and mouse clicking options. But the problem is with the piezoelectric metal that their voltage is limited. Their voltage is limited because it depends on the piezoelectric coefficient. So we are working on a new kind of materials that is called as triboelectric materials. Everybody knows about it, but the name you might be hearing from the first time. Triboelectricity is basically the electrostatic induction. So we used to comb our hairs and we used to attract the papers. So that is the fundamental behind the triboelectricity. So we use two different materials here. One is dielectric 1, dielectric 2. When they come in the contact, they produce some charge. That is in the form of voltage or current. And that charge you can use. So in our case, we get around 120 volts of voltage from this triboelectric material. And the material we are using here is chitosan. Chitosan is basically the biopolymer. So it also solves the problem of biodegradability. So your plastic will not be remain there for a long time because this is a biodegradable. It will get degraded in 1 or 2 years. And we are able to glow around 50 LEDs by using this kind of materials. Then we have used the same triboelectric nanogenerators for speed monitoring. So if your vehicle moves from the one sensor to another sensor, it will generate a spike in the voltage. If you measure the distance between the spikes, then the time between the spikes, you will be able to get the speed of the vehicle. And by using the speed of the vehicle, we can monitor the speed on various roads. Because these devices are very cheaper and very easy to fabricate, this we can use anywhere in the parking system also. So if there are 100 sensors, you will be able to know on which sensor the vehicle is lying. So this is one of the applications for the speed sensor. Then this is the running of small scale devices by using this tank, that is triboelectric nanogenerators. Currently, we are working on a thing that is called as acoustic vibrations harvesting. So we harvest vibrations from the speakers and we are able to get around 400 of voltage through that vibrations only. Those are anyway going to waste. I will show one video is here. So you can see this speaker and there is a one box and there is a sample. The music is going on. So by this, we can able to harvest around 400 of voltage, and these volts you can store in the battery or in the capacitor that can be used for further powering various small scale devices, or such as IoT sensors in our home. Now, then we have tackled one of the problem, that is the waste plastic. So waste plastic is shown in here. Majorly polypropylene is the major waste. We have used polystyrene. Polystyrene is basically thermocol in which we used to eat our lunch and dinner in the marriage parties, and then we'll throw it. So we have collected this kind of thermocols. We have made some devices of these thermocols. Thermocol, you can see polystyrene. And now we have used this as a RF module transmitter. So this yellow strips, behind the yellow strip, there is a sensor. So when you press it, it will generate a voltage. That voltage will give the signal to this RF module transmitter and it will transmit the data. So we can use this also for wireless sensor applications. And if you use this voltage, so it can be a self-charging wireless applications. Then we have made a joystick that is for game controller by using the same material you can see in the video. So now my student is pressing those up, down, right and left button and this game is playing. So there is a game, there is a programming involved in this sensor, that is signal is going through the sample only and it's play the game. So we are patenting this system and we have just filed a patent on this also. Now I have involved in a one industrial research based on thermistors. Thermistors basically are the change in the resistance with the temperature. Those are very simple devices made up of ceramics. Since I work on ceramics during the PhD, so was very interesting one. There is one company which came for a conference. Then they asked us, "Sir, can we make such kind of devices in India?" So they saying that nobody is making these kind of devices. So this vehicle basically ceramic disc with some paste on the top of it. So they are saying nobody is making in this India and we have to import. Cost is very cheap, 1 rupees per sample, but still we have to import from there. So can you make it in India? So we have started working on it. The idea is that ceramic has developed in 1940s, but nobody working on this. So we asked why nobody is working in India. So they saying that, sir, nobody has thought about it. Nobody has thought about it, so that's why nobody is working. So we are working, and if it works, then we will be the first one to make it. That company will be the first one to make those kind of devices. Okay, so now this is about my research. I will discuss about the challenges. Those are in the current ecosystem of the research and innovations. So you might have heard that 90% of the Indian startups fail within first 5 years. Why? Because we work on something that is nobody wants. Or in another case, we can say that if you want to work for problems that deal with the farmers, then you have to go to the farm. You have to go to the farm, you have to talk to the farmers, and then they will tell their problems, and then you can solve their problem. Those will be the real kind of problems. What we are doing now, we are sitting in the AC room. We are sitting in AC room and we are thinking that, oh, they have some this kind of problem. Let's have a solution for this. So one of the biggest reason is that we build something nobody wants. And there are also other challenges also, but this is one of the main reasons. So the main thing is that you should go to the field and talk to the real people where they have problem, what problem they have, and then you can solve. They have very small problems sometimes. So these are the things according to me they were lacking impact on the ground, such as lack of clarity on doing research. We don't have any goals, whether we have to engage in academic research or impactful research. Generally, we used to stay in very top trendy areas such as graphene and hot areas. And major problem, as I said before, now is that we don't know any of the local conditions. So before market survey, before talking to the industries, before talking to the stakeholders, we cannot decide the problem. So first talk to them and then we will decide the problem. One of the major problem is also that industry is unwilling to support our long-term research because they just keep importing from China. There is substandard quality, but nobody wants to work in India. There is a lack of ecosystem from the government side, but that is improving now. The impact of product development is undervalued sometimes by our peers as well as the government also. And sometimes people are happy with publishing in high impact publications. And one of the major reasons also is that we lack awareness of the global scenarios. So what can be done to get up from these problems? So we can have a balance between the basic research and applied research. We should always keep in mind the applications behind the research we are doing in the lab, such as after 5 years, after 10 years, what will be the output of the research in terms of product. We should thought of scaling up initially from doing the research of the PhD students or master students. We should utilize the raw grade materials from industry. So now we are working in the industry problem and we get chemicals at 100 rupees per kg. If you go to another companies that's very 99.99% pure, it's 10 times costlier. So how can you use 10 times costlier materials and use a cheaper product? That is not at all possible. So first thing is that you should use industrial grade raw materials. You should stay focused in the limited areas, and there should be frequent visit to the industries for knowing their problems. And we should encourage our students. We should have some courses or entrepreneurship in every university or every degree college, where they learn about the entrepreneurship as well as the problems. Thank you very much. Any questions?
Dr. Jayant, you have explained very well about your research and what are the lacunas of a startup. I mean, 90% of our startup failed within 5 years. And you have put all your research work also here. I want to ask one question that tri-bio,
Triboelectric, sir.
triboelectric materials. So what kind of that material and how we can use that materials?
Okay, sir, these are basically the polymers. Those are very insulator. So we can use ceramics as well as polymers. The first property should be insulator. So
Okay.
now you should say that if it is insulator, then how can we produce the charges? That
Yes,
charges production is due to the electrostatic induction process, such as we used to comb our hairs and that it will attract the papers. So there is a net positive charge and net negative charge or anything around us.
We have to induce that polarization.
Yeah, so you have to use the materials such as one should be trigo positive, another should be trigo negative. So when they will come together, they will share a lot of charges.
Okay. That is wonderful.
And these are
I
basically
think-
polymers, so they are flexible. They are, because of flexibility, they can be used anywhere.
Anywhere. Okay, very good. So I think this work is wonderful, and I give you best wishes for your upcoming future, because I have seen your journey,
Yes.
that how you came from a small town and get admitted in MSc in VMV and then IIT and then now in Thapar University. So wonderful journey. Thank you, Jayan.
Thank you, sir.
I
Thank you very
think
much.
you are the inspiration for our student, that how one student from rural area can grow and go to the upper level in the research. So thank you very much for your wonderful talk.
Thank you, sir. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, Dr. Tompe, sir, for such an informative session on research. I think it is very beneficial for research scholars. Thank you very much again. So now I invite Dr. D.B. Dupare, sir, Head of Department of Chemistry, Sheet, Dr. R.G. Rathore, Arts and Science College, Murtizapur, District Akola, introduced our second speaker, Dr. Sarang Bhute. Dr. Dupare, sir, your voice is breaking.
Hello.
Sir, voice is breaking.
Yes, sir.
Hi,
Yes, sir. Continue. Hello. Dupare, sir. Dr. sir, welcome to webinar.
Well, thank you, sir.
There is a slightly technical problem to Dr. Dupare, who
No
is
issue, sir.
introducing
No
it.
issue.
So just a minute.
Hello.
Okay, sir.
Dupare, sir, are you there?
Ha. Yes.
On which name you have joined?
Dr.
Kunjal-
Dharmendra Dupare.
Dr. Dupare.
Ha.
Yes,
Dharmendra
yes.
Dupare.
Sir, please. Yes.
So, good morning to all dignitaries present for international webinar on new dimensional and research, innovation, startup, internship for Vikas Bharat, and it is one of the good events organized by Sri Tompe College and our hello. Tompe College, Honorable Sri Bhaskar Dada Tompe, Chief Patrons Sri Vijay Tompe, and convener of this program, my friends Dr. Gawale sir, Joint Secretary Dr. Ubarande sir, and all members for inaugurator Pawar sir, then Jayan Kolte sir, guest speakers Dr. Sanjay Dhote sir, Dr. Pratik Deshmukh sir, all members are here for our webinars. I am introduced today's guest of speaker, Dr. Sarang Dhote sir. Sarandote sir now working as the assistant professor of Department of Chemistry, Sri Shivaji Science College, Nagpur from 2019. Sir as assistant professor, and sir is also the coordinator of Sri Shivaji Science College Innovative Incubator Center, Nagpur. Sir have well awarded numbers of time it is awarded. It is awarded best teacher recently in 2024. Sir has Global Nature Peace Award in 2024, Honorable Excellence in Research in 2020, Honorable Honors of Excellence in Teaching in 2020, Best Young Scientist Award 2020, Best App Inventor from MIT in 2020, Best Teacher Award in 2009. Means 2 times Sir have the Best Teacher Award, and recently it is also awarded. Sir have completed their PhD from Raipur University, RTM's University. Sir did her MSc in 2007. Sir now working, we have published numbers of research papers, 20 various journals, patents, of Indian patents published, also good events, that is the natural events, project events. So due to the lack of time, I conclude introduction of Dr. Sandupur sir, and we are vigorously interested to learn from Sarang Dr. sir. Thank you very much.
One point I would like to mention here, Dr. Sarang Dote is a young innovator and best, I can say, best teacher. And I think near about hundreds of copyrights are there of Dr. Sarang Dote. And he is an inspiration for all of young community, young faculty in Vidarbha region. I think his talk will tell you what he has done in the chemistry or in environmental science and in different aspect of the sciences. So with this, I welcome Dr. Sarang to
Thank you, sir.
deliver his speech.
Thank you, sir. Sir, am I audible?
Yes, sir. Yes.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Thank you, sir. Thank you for my brief introduction. Thank you, Dupare, sir. And I'm also congratulate all the conveners and coordinators of this event for organizing such wonderful event. So now I'm sharing my sir PDF share नहीं होता है sir. Hello, sir.
Just a minute, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Now you can share.
Yes.
हे बाकीच्यांना कळून. हा.
Is this screen visible to all?
Yes, yes, yes. Yeah, it is.
Sir.
It is uploading. Yes, it is visible.
Yes, sir. So, good morning to all present over here. I am Sarang Dote, Assistant Professor from the Chemistry Department of Sri Shivaji Education Society, Amravati Science College. And welcome to one-day international webinar on the new dimension in research, innovation, startup, entrepreneurship for the Vikasit Bharat. So today's my topic is from the idea to impact, the startup mindset for developed India. In this presentation, मैं आपको बताऊंगा कि आइडिया को आप किस टाइप से आप रिप्रेजेंट कर सकते हो. आपके पास अगर आइडिया होगी.
Sir, you have mute yourself. Sarang sir, your voice is not audible. Sarang sir.
हाँ, आता ऐकू येतंय का sir?
Yes.
Yes. So, welcome to all the present here for the one-day international webinar on the new dimension in research, innovation, startup, and entrepreneurship for the Vikasit Bharat. Today's my topic is from idea to impact, the startup mindset for the developed India. In this presentation, we are going to discuss some case studies, some ideas, how they come with their idea now, where they are now. So first thing is why there is a need of a youngster to be involved in this Vikasit Bharat mission. So aligning the innovation with the national goals like the Digital India, Atmanirbhar Bharat, Startup India. India rises in global innovation index. How it rises? इसके बाद आपको बताऊंगा मैं. Innovations as a tool for the solving the local problems. This is the very important. Now, if you see the Global Innovation Index in 2015, India ranked in 81st rank. In 2023, it is 40th, and in 2024, it is in the 39th position. That means our country, that is India, is now the leading towards the in the Global Innovation Index. This is the very important, and इसके लिए अचीव करने के लिए इसको और ज्यादा ग्लोबल इंडेक्स में अपन और नजदीक आने के लिए यंगस्टर काफी इन्वॉल्व हो सकते हैं. इसमें स्टूडेंट का काफी इंपॉर्टेंट रोल होगा. तो इसमें अगर मैं बात करता हूँ क्या कर सकते हैं लोग, तो एवरीडे इनोवेशन स्टार्ट विद द स्मॉल आइडियाज, वेरी स्मॉल. दैट इज इन इंडिया वी कॉल इट एज द जुगाड़. एग्जाम्पल फ्रुगल इनोवेशन लीडिंग टू द बिग सॉल्यूशंस. आप छोटे छोटे इनोवेशन से, आप छोटे छोटे आइडियाज से आप बहुत बड़ा कर सकते हो. ऐसा नहीं होता है कि जो लोग रिसर्च करते हैं या फिर पीएचडी करते हैं या फिर जो अच्छे अच्छे इंस्टीट्यूट में है वही इनोवेशंस कर सकते हैं, ऐसा कुछ भी नहीं है. इन 2019 में दरियापुर में था, मेरी पहली पोस्टिंग दरियापुर में थी, तो वहां से एक छोटा सा इनोवेशन मैंने जस्ट इन्वेंट किया था. आज उस कहाँ पर है मैं आपको सामने जाके बताऊंगा. बट मेरे स्टूडेंट के लिए यही बोलना होता है कि आपके दिमाग में अगर कुछ भी अगर आइडिया रहा तो ट्राई टू अप्लाई दैट आइडिया. उसको आप ट्राई करके देखिए. अगर वो सच में अगर प्रॉब्लम सॉल्व करता होगा या फिर कम्युनिटी को हेल्प करता होगा, देन इट इज अ बेस्ट इनोवेशन. वी कॉल इट एज अ बेस्ट इनोवेशन. So that in India, most of the time, most of the people, they are arranging the one component from the other parts, and they call it as a jugaad. That is also one innovations. That is also helpful for the startup. This is the very important thing. Now, Startup India is equals to the Student India. Startup. Why it is called? Because सबको पता होगा जीरो द ऐप है ये, जो ट्रेड मार्केटिंग के लिए यूज होता है. एक ओला है जहां पर टैक्सी कैब के लिए बुक कर सकते हो, या फिर अभी ओला के ईवी व्हीकल्स भी आने लग गए हैं. और एक होता है एथर्स. ये सभी नाम आपने बहुत बार सुना होगा. ये सभी के सभी स्टूडेंट है. जो स्टूडेंट है, कुछ ड्रॉप आउट स्टूडेंट्स है, आज इनकी इनोवेटिव आइडिया की वजह से आज इंडिया इनके नाम की वजह से आज इंडिया को रिकॉग्नाइजेशन मिलता है ग्लोबली. उसमें से फर्स्ट केस अगर मैं डिस्कस करता हूँ तो फर्स्ट केस है जीरो द ऐप. जीरो द, दिस इज द फर्स्ट टाइम स्टार्टेड इन 2010. और ये किन्होंने बनाया था? द ओरिजिन, while not exactly from a dawn, Nitin Kamath was a college dropout who began the trading stocks at 17. 17 सालों से उन्होंने ट्रेडिंग का जो था, शेयर मार्केट जो बोलते हैं उसको, उसमें उन्होंने काम किया था. बट आफ्टर दैट उसमें उन्होंने और उनके जो भाई थे, दैट इज निखिल, उन्होंने एक जीरो दा एक प्लेटफॉर्म लाया था जिसमें लो कॉस्ट टेक्निकल ड्राइवन स्टॉक ट्रेडिंग टू द इंडियंस. ये एक इन्होंने जीरो दा प्लेटफॉर्म ओपन करके दिया था. आज इंडिया का लार्जेस्ट स्टॉक ब्रोकर बाय एक्टिव क्लाइंट्स अगर कोई है तो वो है जीरो दैप. आप नेट पर या फिर गूगल पर सर्च करते हो, आपको जीरो दैप की रैंकिंग पता चलेगी. तो ये जो केस स्टडी थी, इससे से क्या पता चलता है? तो यहाँ पर देखो, जीरो द जो प्लेटफॉर्म है, इसको बनाने के लिए मोस्ट ऑफ द टाइम वी बिलीव दैट कि कोई अगर मेरे पास अगर इनोवेशन है, कोई अगर आइडिया मेरे पास अगर होगी, तो उसको बड़ा करने के लिए मेरे पास फंडिंग की जरूरत होगी. ऐसा कुछ भी नहीं है. इसका एक बेस्ट एग्जांपल आपके सामने है. लेसन में देखो क्या बोला है. यू डोंट नीड अ फंडिंग टू बिल्ड अ समथिंग बिग, जस्ट अ बोल्ड आइडिया एंड कंसिस्टेंसी. दिस इज द वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट. आपके पास अगर फंडिंग नहीं है तो नो डाउट आप किसी तरीके से आप अपनी आइडिया को जस्ट बनाइए और उस आइडिया में कंसिस्टेंसी आप डेवलपमेंट कीजिए, कंसिस्टेंटली उसमें अपग्रेडेशन कीजिए और उसको पब्लिक के सामने आप ओपन कर दीजिए. ऑटोमेटिकली आपको बाय थर्ड पार्टी या फिर किसी और से आपको फंडिंग ऑटोमेटिकली मिल जाएगी. दिस इज द बेस्ट एग्जांपल, दैट इज अ जीरो दा. मेरे पास दूसरा एग्जांपल है ओला, भाविश अग्रवाल एंड अंकित भाटी. इन्होंने भी 2010 में स्टार्ट किया था। ये आईआईटी से है, आईआईटी बॉम्बे से पास आउट हो चुके हैं। ओरिजिन कहाँ से आया? Bhavish was running at a travel website when a bad taxi experience sparked an idea. Why not make a cab service safer and reliable? ध्यान में रखिए, उनका एक प्रॉब्लम था कि उनको एक टैक्सी का बहुत ही बैड एक्सपीरियंस आया था यहाँ पर। तो उस बैड एक्सपीरियंस के उस प्रॉब्लम का सॉल्यूशन उन्होंने इस ओला कैब को इन्वेंट किया था। और ये ओला कैब जो होती है, इट इज अ वेरी स्मॉल रूम से आया था, दैट इज फ्रॉम ए रूम इन अ पवई मुंबई, and one of the India's top ride-sharing platforms and even expanding into the electric vehicles. This is the next case. Lesson क्या है यहाँ पर? The unfrustrating experience can lead to a billion-dollar idea if you look at it with a problem solver mindset. अभी नॉर्मली क्या होता है कि ये जो एक्सपीरियंस था टैक्सी वाला, कैब सर्विसेज वाला, बहुत सारे लोगों के माइंड में आया होगा, बहुत सारे लोग इससे फ्रस्ट्रेट भी होते हैं। बट इस आइडिया का सॉल्यूशन, दैट इज अ प्रॉब्लम सॉल्विंग मेथड, सिर्फ भावेश अग्रवाल और अंकित भाटी इन्होंने ही ढूंढ के निकाला। और आज इनकी कंपनी मल्टी बिलियन डॉलर का इनमें अपना कमा चुकी है, इतने प्रॉफिट में है ये। दिस इज द सेकंड वन एग्जांपल। सो अगेन इज मोस्ट ऑफ द टाइम आइडिया फंडिंग, उसके बाद आइडिया अगर आपके पास है बट सामने वो बड़ा नहीं हो रहा, तो सो मेनी टाइम्स फ्रस्ट्रेशन आता है, टेंशन आता है। उसको अवॉइड करने के लिए ये केस स्टडी डिस्कस करना काफी इंपॉर्टेंट है। नेक्स्ट, अभी ये जो है ये काफी दूर के लोग है, दैट इज कोई फ्रॉम बॉम्बे है, कोई कहाँ से है। बट एक क्लोज केस अगर मैं बताऊंगा अभी जस्ट रिसेंटली, तो इस वाले केस में तो यहाँ पर आप देखोगे एम्पावरिंग भारत वन लोकल आइडिया एट ए टाइम। इसका क्या मीनिंग होगा? Okay, so this is the one case from my college, that is Mr. Yash Vasnik. He is from a biotech department, BSc final year student है ये। One day ये यश वासनिक मेरे पास आया और इसने बोला कि सर मुझे भी कुछ ऐसा कुछ काम दीजिए कि सो दैट मैं उसको कर सकूं। मैंने उसको पूछा कि तुम क्या कर सकते हो, तो उसने बोला कि सर मैं एक केमिस्ट्री सब्जेक्ट के लिए मैं एआई बना के दे सकता हूँ। आप सभी को पता होगा चैट जीपीटी यूज होता है। कितने लोगों ने चैट जीपीटी यूज किया है अभी? प्लीज वो हाथ रेज कर सकते हैं। चैट जीपीटी कितने लोग यूज करते हैं? Yes. काफी सारे लोग होंगे जो चैट जीपीटी यूज करते हैं। ओके, तो एक्चुअल में चैट जीपीटी में एक इशू ये था हमारा कि हमको सिर्फ केमिस्ट्री के रिलेटेड ही आंसर्स देने चाहिए और वो कस्टमाइज होना चाहिए। कस्टमाइज मीन्स व्हाट? उसमें हमारे कॉलेज का नाम आना चाहिए, लाइक दैट। तो इस स्टूडेंट को मैंने टास्क दिया। इस स्टूडेंट ने नियर अबाउट 8 महीने काम करके एक एआई मॉडल हमने लॉन्च किया लास्ट मंथ। उसका नाम था रस विज्ञान। उसका नाम रस विज्ञान रखा है हमने, रस विज्ञान एआई। और इस रस विज्ञान एआई की इंपॉर्टेंस ये है कि जब भी आप इस पोर्टल को जब भी आप स्टार्ट करोगे तो यहाँ पर एक वेलकम मैसेज आएगा, वेलकम टू द डिपार्टमेंट ऑफ केमिस्ट्री ऑफ शिवाजी साइंस कॉलेज एंड दिस पोर्टल इज डेवलप्ड बाय मिस्टर यश वासनिक, बीएससी फाइनल ईयर स्टूडेंट। ये लिख कर आएगा। और वन ऑफ द बेस्ट थिंग इज दैट अगर आप बॉटनी या फिर केमिस्ट्री छोड़ के बाकी किसी भी सब्जेक्ट का अगर आप क्वेश्चन अगर इसको पूछोगे तो ये बोलेगा कि आई एम ओनली फॉर अ केमिस्ट्री। तो सो दैट इसने केमिस्ट्री का एआई बनाया। तो ये सक्सेसफुल भी रहा, हमने उसको काफी स्टडी भी किया। फिर लेटर ऑन मैंने इसी एआई मॉडल को मेरे कुछ कोलैबोरेटर से अफ्रीकन कंट्रीज में, जैसे आप यहाँ पर स्क्रीन पर देख रहे होंगे, सोकोटो स्टेट यूनिवर्सिटी नाइजीरिया है मेरे पास, लागो स्टेट यूनिवर्सिटी नाइजीरिया, जाम्बिया फॉरेस्ट्री कॉलेज, नेशनल यूनिवर्सिटी ऑफ साइंस एंड टेक्नोलॉजी जिम्बाब्वे, इनके साथ मैंने ये आइडिया शेयर की और इनको भी आइडिया काफी पसंद आया। और उस यश वासनिक को मैंने नियर अबाउट 8 कंट्रीज के जॉब किए। दैट इज ही इज रनिंग विथ द 8 मल्टीनेशनल प्रोजेक्ट्स। उसमें सक्सेसफुली हमने लॉन्च किया है, नाइजीरिया में लॉन्च किया है, जिम्बाब्वे का काम हो चुका है, उसके बाद घाना का भी काम हो चुका है, देन द कॉन्गो का भी काम हो चुका है। और बाजू में आप देख रहे होंगे तो यहाँ पर एक न्यूज भी डिस्प्ले हुई है। यहाँ पर इंटेंशन इज, उस बच्चे के पास एक छोटी सी आइडिया थी, उस छोटी सी आइडिया को मैंने उसको एक्सपांड करके दिया है, तो सो दैट वी आर एम्पावरिंग नॉट ओनली आवर कंट्री बट वी आर शोइंग द इम्पैक्ट ऑफ आवर वर्क टू द ग्लोबल। आज नहीं नहीं के बराबर, सॉरी, आज नियर अबाउट 8 इंस्टीट्यूट में, दैट इज ये मेरे लड़के ने, दैट इज अपने कॉलेज के लड़के ने बनाया हुआ एआई आज 8 कंट्रीज में इंस्टॉल हो चुका है सक्सेसफुली. एंड नॉट ओनली फॉर द केमिस्ट्री सब्जेक्ट, इट इज फॉर बॉटनी, इट इज फॉर केमिस्ट्री, इट इज फॉर जूलॉजी और फिजिक्स, मल्टीपल सब्जेक्ट के लिए, और वो भी कस्टमाइज है. दैट इज फॉर द झाम्बिया फॉरेस्ट्री कॉलेज की अगर मैं बात करता हूँ तो यहाँ पर झाम्बिया फॉरेस्ट्री कॉलेज का ऐप पोर्टल है वो, यहाँ पर नाइजीरिया का अलग है, यहाँ पर अलग अलग है. तो यहाँ पर इस बच्चे ने ग्लोबली इम्पैक्ट करके बताया है सिंपल आइडियाज, दैट इज इनोवेशंस. तो दिस इज द वन प्रॉब्लम. उसके पास एक प्रॉब्लम था, मैंने उसको बताया प्रॉब्लम का सोल्यूशन निकालो, और फिर मैंने उसको बाकी के प्रोजेक्ट दिए हैं. तो दिस इज द वे आप अपनी आइडिया को लोकल में आप रिप्रेजेंट करके आप ग्लोबल भी इम्पैक्ट आप ला सकते हो. दिस इज द वेरी वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट, मुझे यही बताना है इस स्लाइड में. आज दूसरा अगर मैं बात करूंगा दूसरे प्रोजेक्ट की, तो ये एक मेरा है टॉकिंग ट्री, जो मैंने बताया था 2020 में. ये टॉकिंग ट्री ऐप मैंने एक जस्ट लॉन्च किया था जीएस टोम्पे, दैट इज आपके कॉलेज में टॉकिंग रॉक करके भी एक है. तो ये टॉकिंग ट्री था, 2020 में मैंने इसको लॉन्च किया. और आज 2020 में अगर मैं बोलता हूँ इसके बाद क्या हुआ, दिस इज अ वेरी सिंपल एंड इनोवेटिव आइडिया. आज इतनी एक्सपांड हो चुकी है कि अफ्रीकन कंट्रीज, या फिर मैं नेशनल इंटरनेशनल अगर बात करता हूँ तो नियर अबाउट 12 कंट्रीज में इंस्टॉल हो चुका है, 12 कंट्रीज. वेयर एज द नॉट ओनली ट्री बट अभी म्यूजियम भी इसमें आ चुके हैं. तो आज मेरे पास यूनेस्को हेरिटेज साइट्स युगांडा, उनके कुछ प्रोजेक्ट्स है, नियर अबाउट आज 30 म्यूजियम्स का काम चालू है यहाँ पर. तो दिस इज द इम्पैक्ट. तो इसीलिए मैं बोलता हूँ कि जब मैंने इस टॉकिंग ट्री को जब इन्वेंट किया था, तो उस समय मैंने भी सोचा था कि ये काफी छोटी आइडिया है, इसका क्या ही असर होगा. बट लेटर ऑन जब जब इसको मैं लोगों के सामने इसको रिप्रेजेंट किया, इसकी जब पब्लिसिटी हुई न्यूज़पेपर में, जब इसके न्यूज आने स्टार्ट हो गए, तो ये खुद ही बड़ा होने लग गया, और यहाँ पर मुझे मल्टीनेशनल गवर्नमेंट प्रोजेक्ट मिलना स्टार्ट हो गया था. दिस इज द इम्पोर्टेंट थिंग. नेक्स्ट, अगेन फ्रॉम माई स्टूडेंट, दिस इज द अनदर वन एग्जाम्पल. मैं आपको एग्जाम्पल ही बताऊंगा, फिर बताऊंगा मैं आपको अपनी आइडिया किस वे से आप रिप्रेजेंट करोगे, कहाँ कहाँ तक लेके जा सकते हो. दिस इज द एम्पावरिंग भारत वन लोकल आइडिया एट ए टाइम. अगेन दो एग्जाम्पल्स है आपके सामने. वन इज द मिस संजना जांगड़े. उन्होंने इको बर्ड प्लेटफॉर्म किया था, जिसका एक नाम था, उन्होंने रखा था ई सिंक कनेक्टिविटी. दूसरी वहां पर है मिस खुशी सोमकुवर. इसने एजुकेशनल वीडियो गेम्स बनाए थे. अभी दोनों में क्या डिफरेंस है तो बात करेंगे वन बाय वन. प्रॉब्लम क्या था, सॉल्यूशंस क्या. आप में से कितने लोग ब्लूटूथ वाले हेडफोन्स यूज करते हैं, दैट इज एयरपॉड बोलते हैं जिसको, कितने लोग यूज करते हैं? प्लीज रेज योर हैंड. ब्लूटूथ जो कनेक्टेड नहीं रहते, ऐसे अलग अलग होते हैं, कितने लोग हैं? अच्छा, आप लोग हैं. ओके ओके. एक ही मिस खुशबू जायसवाली है, उन्होंने हाथ रेज किया, बाकी लोग नहीं करते थे. अच्छा ठीक है. ओके, अभी अभी देखो, मिस संजना जांगड़े ने कौन सा प्रॉब्लम लाया था. उनका ये बोलना था कि सर इन केस मेरे पास वो ब्लूटूथ वाले ईयरपॉड है, बट क्या होता है सर, कभी कभी ये वाला राइट वाला अगर मेरा कहीं नीचे गिर जाता है तो मेरा लेफ्ट वाला कुछ काम का नहीं रहता. और अगर किसी का अगर सपोज लेफ्ट वाला गिर गया तो उसके पास राइट वाला होगा, तो फिर सेम कंपनी का है, बट क्या होता है नॉर्मली अगर मेरा एक पीस भी अगर कहीं गुम हो जाता है, खराब हो जाता है, तो मुझे एंटायर सेट ही चेंज करना पड़ता है, तो मुझे नया खरीदना पड़ेगा. तो सर इसके लिए सोल्यूशन मेरे पास ये है कि क्यों ना हम एक पोर्टल ओपन करें, एक प्लेटफॉर्म ओपन करें जहां पर लोग रजिस्टर्ड करें, और रजिस्टर्ड करने के बाद हम वहां पर लोगों को रजिस्ट्रेशन के बाद वो लोग वहां पर अपनी क्वेरीज डालेंगे. जैसे फॉर एग्जांपल मेरे पास इस कंपनी का है, उसके बाद मेरे पास ये वाले कंपनी का है, और मेरा राइट हैंड वाला है मेरे पास, तो कोई और बोलेगा कि मेरे पास लेफ्ट हैंड वाला है. तो सो दैट इन दोनों के कनेक्शंस लाकर वो अपने जो वन पीस जो बचे वो एक्सचेंज कर सकते हैं बाय मिनिमम कॉस्ट. लाइक दैट ई कॉमर्स प्लेटफॉर्म इस लड़की ने बनाया था, तो मैंने इसको सपोर्ट किया, ई कॉमर्स में इसकी वेबसाइट बनाने में हेल्प की. और इसका सक्सेस ये रहा कि इस बच्ची को, ये साइंस बैकग्राउंड में से है, बट ही शी इज द विनर ऑफ यूनिवर्सिटी लेवल आविष्कार 2024 फ्रॉम द कॉमर्स कैटेगरी. इस संजना ने नागपुर यूनिवर्सिटी को रिप्रेजेंट किया था इन आविष्कार 2024 इन नासिक. दिस इज द बिग अचीवमेंट फॉर बिकॉज अगेन आइडिया इज वेरी सिंपल। क्या था, तो एक बर्ड मेरा गायब हो गया तो दूसरा बर्ड में मुझे कुछ काम करने तो मुझे एक्सचेंज करना पड़ेगा। इंस्टेड ऑफ दैट किसी और के पास होगा तो आप उसको एक प्लेटफॉर्म में उनको साथ ला सकते हैं, एक्सचेंज कर सकते हैं। दिस इज द वे। नेक्स्ट एग्जाम्पल इज मिस खुशी सोमपुर। शी इज एवरेज स्टूडेंट थी, और इस एवरेज स्टूडेंट थी तो उसका एक डाउट था कि सर कुछ कुछ टॉपिक जो होते हैं केमिस्ट्री के काफी डिफिकल्ट है। अब ये डिफिकल्ट टॉपिक है तो इसको सर इजी वे से रिप्रेजेंट करने के लिए इसके गेम्स क्यों नहीं बना सकते हैं। तो फिर अगेन प्रॉब्लम आया, उसके पास सॉल्यूशन भी था। हमने बैठ के वीडियो गेम्स एक मोबाइल स्मार्टफोन बेस्ड गेम्स बनाए हैं, और आज वो गेम्स अच्छे वर्किंग कंडीशंस में है। काफी सिंपल सिंपल मेथड यूज करके हमने गेम्स बनाए हैं फॉर ए डिफिकल्ट टॉपिक। हमारा टॉपिक जो था डिफिकल्ट लिया था, व्हाट इज द ऑक्सीडाइजिंग एजेंट, व्हाट इज द रिड्यूसिंग एजेंट, एयरप्लेन ब्लास्ट गेम है। बहुत सारे गेम्स हमने बनाए हैं। इस लड़की ने इस गेम को रिप्रेजेंट किया था आविष्कार 2024, एंड अगेन सक्सेसफुली उस वो भी विनर रह चुकी है, एंड शी रिप्रेजेंट अगेन आईटीएम नागपुर यूनिवर्सिटी इन द 2025 आविष्कार स्टेट लेवल। ये सक्सेस रेशियो है। बसी प्रॉब्लम इज वेरी सिंपल, आपने सॉल्यूशन किस वे से आप रिप्रेजेंट करते हो, दैट इज इम्पोर्टेंट। और वन मोर थिंग, इन दोनों लड़कियों का स्टार्टअप लॉन्च हो चुका है, इनका आधार उद्योग कार्ड भी रेडी है, और कुछ कंपनी के साथ इनके साथ इंटर्नशिप भी स्टार्ट हो चुकी है। बिकॉज दोनों भी प्रोडक्ट जो है आविष्कार में जब रिप्रेजेंट किए थे तो वहां पर कुछ लोग आए थे, उनको काफी अच्छा लगा, और उनसे ये टेक्नोलॉजी ट्रांसफर भी हो चुका है इनका। दिस इज द अचीवमेंट। देखो दोनों के पास भी फंडिंग नहीं था, आइडिया काफी सिंपल ही थी, बट आज उनके पास फंड रेज हो रहा है। दैट इज ए वेरी वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट। नेक्स्ट है मेरे पास कि आपके पास अगर आइडिया है तो यहाँ पर एक चीज ध्यान में रखिए, जितने भी मैंने एग्जांपल्स आपको बताए हैं ना, ये लाइक दैट दिस इज यश वासनिक एआई, नेक्स्ट वन इज द दिस इज द टॉकिंग ट्री, नेक्स्ट one is the this eco board and educational video games. Before launching, before open, before publishing in newspaper, or before showing in the any competition or this, हमने इसके आईपीआर पहले ही ले लिए। दैट इज वेरी वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट। आईपीआर मीन्स व्हाट, आपकी जब भी आपके पास अगर कोई आइडिया होती है तो बिफोर एक्सपोजिंग योर आइडिया, या फिर कहीं पर भी आप पब्लिश अगर करते हो तो उसके पहले आप उसके आईपीआर ले लो। दैट इज अ वेरी वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट। आईपीआर में क्या क्या आता है नॉर्मली, इट इज अ पेटेंट, कॉपीराइट, ट्रेडमार्क, जियोग्राफिकल इंडिकेटर्स, इंडस्ट्रियल डिजाइन, ये सब आते हैं। अभी यहाँ पर कैसा है, मोस्ट ऑफ द टाइम जो स्टूडेंट होते हैं उनको आईपीआर के बारे में थोड़ा बहुत नॉलेज होता है या फिर नहीं भी होता है। दूसरा, पेटेंट किसको करे, कॉपीराइट किसका ले, जियोग्राफिकल इंडिकेटर्स ले सकते हैं कि नहीं, इंडस्ट्रियल डिजाइन ले सकते हैं कि नहीं, ये पता नहीं होता है। सो दैट एज अ मैं एक इनोवेशन इंक्यूबेशन सेंटर का इंचार्ज हूँ, तो मेरे पास एक्टिव आईपीआर सेल भी है, और थ्रू दिस एक्टिव आईपीआर सेल में बच्चों को गाइड करता हूँ। वर्कशॉप अरेंज करते हैं हम कि कॉपीराइट किस टाइप से फाइल करना पड़ता है, पेटेंट फाइल किस टाइप से करना पड़ता है, लाइक दैट। और ये जो है, ये जो कंसल्टेंसी सर्विस है, दिस इज फ्री फॉर ऑल द स्टूडेंट्स फ्रॉम एनी कॉलेजेस, लाइक दैट। मैंने जिम्बाब्वे के कुछ बच्चों का इंडियन कॉपीराइट फाइल करके दिया है फ्री ऑफ कॉस्ट। तो यहाँ पर ये जो सर्विस होती है, दिस इज अ फ्री फॉर स्टूडेंट, फिर वो किसी कॉलेज का रहे। सामने जाके आपको एक स्टोरी भी बताऊंगा मैं, एक है वहां पर हमने क्या अचीव किया है थ्रू दिस। नेक्स्ट वन इज द मोस्ट ऑफ द टाइम फंडिंग की जब भी जरूरत होती है या फिर वी रिक्वायर सम ग्रांट्स, तो वहां पर कुछ गवर्नमेंट स्कीम अवेलेबल होती है, दैट इज निधि, एमएसएमई, युक्ति और यूटीसी। अब अगर आप नेट पर सर्च करोगे तो आपको वो सब मिलेगा। बट मेरा ओपिनियन ये होता है कि कहीं पर भी आपकी आइडिया रिप्रेजेंट करने से पहले आपके पास आईपीआर होनी चाहिए। इसका एक एग्जाम्पल बताता हूँ मैं। इन दोनों लड़कियों का सॉफ्टवेयर है, या फिर आप बोल सकते हो वेब पेज है, या फिर जो भी है, ये पेटेंट नहीं होगा, ये कॉपीराइट होगा। दैट इज इम्पोर्टेंट। तो इन्होंने जब भी रिप्रेजेंट किया था आविष्कार में, लास्ट ईयर जब रिप्रेजेंट किया था, तो ड्यूरिंग द रिप्रेजेंटेशन इनके पास कॉपीराइट का सर्टिफिकेट भी था। तो इट्स गिव्स द इम्पैक्ट कि जजेस को ये शॉक लगा कि यूजी के बच्चों के पास कॉपीराइट कहाँ से आने लग गया है। दिस इज द इम्पैक्ट। और ये भी एक वन ऑफ द रीजन हो सकता है इनके जीतने का, दैट इज विनर होने। नेक्स्ट वन इज द टॉकिंग ट्री, ये भी कॉपीराइटेड है। ये यश। यहाँ पर जो आप न्यूज देख रहे हो, न्यूज में जो आई है न्यूज, ये न्यूज आने के पहले ही और इन कंट्रीज में देने के पहले ही हमने अगले दिन यानी एक दिन पहले ही कॉपीराइट ऑफिस में रजिस्ट्रेशन के लिए डाल दिया और बाद में फिर हमने पब्लिकली ओपन किया है। तो दिस इज द बिकॉज क्या होता है मोस्ट ऑफ द टाइम, आपके पास जो आइडिया होगी, अगर आपके पास अगर आईपीआर का वगैरह नॉलेज नहीं होगा तो ये भी हो सकता है कि आपकी आइडिया कोई और लोग ले सकता है, कोई चुरा ले सकता है, या फिर आपकी आइडिया में कुछ मॉडिफिकेशंस लाकर आपकी आइडिया में कुछ मॉडिफिकेशंस लाकर वो चेंज कर कर अपने नाम से पब्लिश कर सकता है, फिर आप कुछ भी नहीं कर पाते। So to avoid that, we should have copyright and patents. But आज के डेट में अगर आपके पास 100 पेटेंट्स है, 100 कॉपीराइट्स है, बट वो घर में ही पड़े हैं और वो फॉर द सोशल डेवलपमेंट, फॉर इंडस्ट्रियल डेवलपमेंट अगर वो काम नहीं आ रहे तो वो आपके लिए जीरो वैल्यू रिप्रेजेंट करेंगे। तो फिर इसके लिए भी नेक्स्ट मेथड क्या होती है? तो दिस इज टेक्नोलॉजी ट्रांसफर एग्रीमेंट, that is known as a TTA next to the IPR, which is a very important. कभी नाम सुना है टेक्नोलॉजी ट्रांसफर एग्रीमेंट फ्रॉम स्टूडेंट? TTA, जिन्होंने सुना है हाथ रेज कर सकते हैं। टेक्नोलॉजी ट्रांसफर एग्रीमेंट, दिस इज द नेक्स्ट टू द TTA। फैकल्ट मैं अगर बताऊंगा तो नैक के थर्ड क्राइटेरिया में यहाँ पर एक TTA वर्ड आया है, दैट इज ट्रांसफर ऑफ नॉलेज एंड द टेक्नोलॉजी ट्रांसफर एग्रीमेंट। क्या है? तो सिंपल स्टोरी सुनो इन लड़कियों की, इन्होंने क्या किया था। ये जो है लड़कियों ने, इन्होंने एक ऐप बनाया था दैट इज कार्बन क्रेडिट कैलकुलेट करने के लिए। किसी भी इंस्टीट्यूट में अगर मैं जाता हूँ तो वहाँ पर ग्रीन ऑडिट, एनर्जी ऑडिट करना पड़ता है। तो इन लड़कियों ने बोला कि सर हमने कार्बन क्रेडिट निकालने का एक ऐप बनाया है। इन्होंने खुद ही बनाया, मैंने जस्ट थोड़ा गाइड किया था कि कौन से फॉर्मूले आप लगा सकते हो, व्हाट इज द मेथड टू कैलकुलेट द कार्बन क्रेडिट्स। तो ये सब मिला के इन्होंने नियर अबाउट 6 महीने काम करके ऐप को लॉन्च किया, जहाँ पर 2 ऐप इन्होंने बनाए हैं, एक है इकोवेयर और एक है एनवायरो काउंट। दोनों भी ऐप जो है ये कार्बन क्रेडिट को कैलकुलेट कर सकते हैं। उसके बाद अगर कॉलेज में नंबर ऑफ पेड़ कितने हैं, छोटे पेड़ कितने हैं, पुराने पेड़ कितने, ये अगर आप डाटा उनको देते हो, या फिर टोटल नंबर ऑफ 4 व्हीलर्स कितने हैं, टोटल नंबर ऑफ 2 व्हीलर्स कितने, ये अगर आप देते हो तो उस कॉलेज का कार्बन क्रेडिट या फिर कार्बन फुटप्रिंट निकल के आता है थ्रू दिस ऐप। तो फिर इन्होंने बनाया और फिर नागपुर की 2 कंपनीज है, एक है TLCS कंपनी, दूसरी है इनवन जुआ, दोनों भी एनवायरमेंटल इंस्टीट्यूशन है। तो इन्होंने जब इस न्यूज को पढ़ा, हमने न्यूज भी पब्लिश की थी इसकी, तो इन्होंने कांटेक्ट किया मुझे, और मुझे कांटेक्ट करने के बाद ये आइडिया समझ के लिया और उन्होंने बोला कि हमारे इंस्टीट्यूट के लिए, हमारे कंपनी के लिए ये ऐप बना के दीजिए। तो ये इतना इजी नहीं है ऐप बना के देना। हम अगर उनके लिए ऐप बना के देंगे तो कंपनी अपने नाम से चलाएंगी। टू अवॉइड दैट हमने एक एग्रीमेंट किया है जहां पर बोला जाता है इसको टेक्नोलॉजी ट्रांसफर एग्रीमेंट, दैट इज अ TTA। हमने टेक्नोलॉजी ट्रांसफर एग्रीमेंट किया है एंड दिस इज द फर्स्ट यंग स्टूडेंट्स जिनके पास आज TTA है। एंड अगेन वी आर स्टैंडिंग द फर्स्ट फ्रॉम द ऑल द कॉलेजेस, साइंस डोमेन कॉलेजेस, कि हमारे पास आज एक दो TTA अवेलेबल है। हमारे 2 बच्चियों के पास TTA है जिनको समर इंटर्नशिप भी फ्री में अवेलेबल हो रही है, और इस कंपनी भी इनको कुछ अमाउंट पे भी कर रही है। दिस इज द अगेन बिग अचीवमेंट फॉर अस। तो आप इस टाइप से काम आप कर सकते हो, विच इज द वेरी वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट। कंसेप्ट काफी इजी था, जस्ट इन्होंने टेक्नोलॉजी के साथ अटैच किया, ज्वाइन किया, कोलैबोरेट किया, और आज इसका इम्पैक्ट देखो। हाल ही इन दोनों लड़कियों को इजिप्ट के एक इंस्टीट्यूट है, बेनिसिफ यूनिवर्सिटी, वहां से इनका रिप्रेजेंटेशन हुआ है, वहां पर भी आइडिया का अच्छा लगा है उनको, तो वहां पर भी हमारा टेक्नोलॉजी ट्रांसफर एग्रीमेंट होगा। एंड वन ऑफ द बेस्ट थिंग, आज यही लड़कियां दूसरे कॉलेज में जाकर एज अ रिसोर्स पर्सन करके फैकल्टी और स्टूडेंट दोनों को भी लेक्चर देती है, तो सो दैट अगेन नेक्स्ट टर्म इज knowledge transfer. This is the very very important for us. So that इतने जो केसेस मैंने आपके साथ डिस्कस किए थे, ये डिस्कस करने का रीजन यही है कि सभी के पास कुछ ना कुछ आइडिया होती है, बट आइडिया को आप रिप्रेजेंट नहीं कर पाते हो ड्यू टू द आपको गाइड नहीं होता है बराबर, या फिर आप सोचते हो कि मुझे फंडिंग नहीं होगा। जितने भी मैंने आइडियाज आपको बताई है लाइक दैट, ये दो, इनके पास भी फंडिंग नहीं था। ठीक है, फंडिंग नहीं था, बट थोड़ा सा इनको पुश किया मैंने, तो आज इनके पास फंडिंग रेज हो रही है। वन ऑफ द थिंग इज, हमारे कॉलेज की दो लड़कियां, दो स्टूडेंट है, एग्रीकल्चर वेस्ट से उन्होंने मोबाइल का कवर बनाया है जो रेडिएशन एब्जॉर्ब करती है। कभी सुना है आपने? मोबाइल फोन रेडिएशन एब्जॉर्ब करने की भी एक चिप बनाई है बाय यूजिंग एग्रीकल्चर वेस्ट। उसका पेटेंट पब्लिश है उस लड़की के नाम से, और आज उस लड़की को फ्रॉम द कलेक्टर ऑफिस नागपुर, दैट इज महाराष्ट्र स्टेट कलेक्टर ऑफिस, 1 लाख की सीड फंडिंग मिल चुकी है लास्ट में। दिस इज द अगेन अचीवमेंट। इसलिए आइडिया काफी सिंपल था, अप्लाई किया और हमने अलग वे से रिप्रेजेंट किया, विच इज वेरी वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट। तो सो दैट मेरे स्टूडेंट, माय डियर स्टूडेंट्स, हमेशा ध्यान में रखना, प्रॉब्लम सभी के पास होता है, सॉल्यूशंस निकालना इंपॉर्टेंट है, और सॉल्यूशंस निकालने का तरीका उससे भी बढ़िया होता है, उससे भी अच्छा होता है, आप उसको रिप्रेजेंट कैसे कर रहे हैं। आपके पास अगर कुछ दिमाग में अगर आइडिया होंगी तो आप मुझे कॉल कर सकते हो, मेरा फोन नंबर तो हो गई, मैं आपको फ्री में गाइड करूंगा। मैं आपको बताऊंगा कि आपकी ये टेक्निक आप कहाँ कहाँ लेके जा सकते हो, आपको बेनिफिट कहाँ कहाँ होगा, एंड डेफिनेटली आपका स्टार्टअप सक्सेसफुली रन हो सकता है, या फिर आपको कुछ बेनिफिट भी अच्छे मिल सकते हैं। जैसे इस यहाँ पर इस यश वासनिक का सिलेक्शन एक ऑस्ट्रेलिया की यूनिवर्सिटी में हो चुका है ड्यू टू दिस एआई। और ये इसका बैकग्राउंड भी देखो, बायोटेक्नोलॉजी वाला है, इसको कंप्यूटर साइंस का कुछ भी नहीं आता, बट एक पढ़ा फ्रॉम यूट्यूब, फ्रॉम वेरियस वीडियोज जो अवेलेबल है, उससे पढ़कर उसने एआई मॉडल सेट किया है। दिस इज वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट। और लास्ट कल टीसीएस मिहान, दैट इज नागपुर, और इन्फोसिस की टीम इसको मिलने के लिए आई थी स्पेशली, कि बायोटेक्नोलॉजी का ग्रेजुएट, हाउ he developed the multilingual multilingual that is AI model for a chemistry, और फॉरेन में कैसे, अपने अदर कंट्रीज में कैसे सेट किया है। दिस इज द वेरी वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट। एंड एट द लास्ट, थैंक यू। बट थैंक यू के पहले भी यहाँ पर एक स्टोरी बताना चाहूंगा मैं। यहाँ पर आप जो फोटो देख रहे हो, दैट इज अ सेलिब्रेट्स 125th बर्थ ईयर ऑफ द लेट पंजाबराव देशमुख विद रिमार्केबल इंटेलेक्चुअल प्रॉपर्टी अचीवमेंट्स। दिस इज द वेरी वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट। ये क्या है, यहाँ पे फोटो में आप देख रहे होंगे, फैकल्टी भी है और स्टूडेंट भी है। इतने सारे स्टूडेंट के कॉपीराइट सर्टिफिकेट इश्यू हो चुका है इनके आइडिया को। इनमें से कुछ लड़कों को कुछ स्टूडेंट को कॉपीराइट सर्टिफिकेट रिसीव हुआ है फ्रॉम द केनिया गवर्नमेंट, और कुछ लड़कों ने अपनी आइडिया पब्लिश की है इन इंडियन पेटेंट जर्नल। तो यहाँ पर हमने लास्ट ईयर पंजाबराव देशमुख जी का 125th बर्थ ईयर था, तो सेलिब्रेट करने के लिए हमने यूनिक वे से रिप्रेजेंट किया था। 125th आईपीआर हमने बोला था, बट एक्चुअल में ये जो फिगर है, ये जो नंबर है ना, आज की डेट में इस नंबर है टोटल इज 278। आज शिवाजी साइंस कॉलेज में 278 आईपीआर है। दिस इज द बिग अचीवमेंट फॉर अस। बट ये जो अचीवमेंट्स है ना, दिस अचीवमेंट इज नॉट ओनली स्टूडेंट फ्रॉम द शिवाजी साइंस कॉलेज, दैट इज द वन इम्पोर्टेंट। यहाँ पर जो हमने जो अचीव किया है, दिस इज ड्यू टू द नंबर ऑफ स्टूडेंट फ्रॉम कमला नेहरू कॉलेज, number of students from Ramtek College, students from Sant Gadge Maharaj Hingna College, Nagpur, student from St. Vincent Pallotti Engineering College, student from the Anurag Pharmacy College, Kamptee। यहाँ से जॉइंट कोलैबोरेशन में ये वर्क हो चुका है। तो सो दैट मैं आप सभी से रिक्वेस्ट करना चाहूंगा, अगर आपको आईपीआर के रिलेटेड अगर कुछ भी अगर इश्यू है, कुछ भी अगर आपको इंफॉर्मेशन अगर चाहिए, किस टाइप से फाइल करना पड़ता है, क्या होता है, तो मैं आपको फ्री में गाइड करूंगा। जस्ट आपको गवर्नमेंट फीस जो होती है वो आपको पे करनी पड़ती है। आज हमारे कॉलेज के 50 स्टूडेंट के पेटेंट पब्लिश हो चुके हैं इन इंडियन पेटेंट ऑफिस। पब्लिकेशन इज नॉट बिग डील, बट बच्चों के पेटेंट पब्लिश करना मेरे लिए काफी इंपॉर्टेंट है, सो दैट उनको कहीं ना कहीं तो रिकॉग्नाइजेशन मिलेगा। सो थैंक यू सर।
Hello, doctor.
हेलो सर।
You have done a fabulous work for the student.
थैंक यू सर।
I think teachers not grown old because he is
Yes, yes.
surrounded by many of young minds, and
Yes,
you
sir.
are doing absolutely good thing with them, that promoting their talent and ideas, and that is the best thing you are doing in your college, and you are also done in Daryapur also. You have
Yes, sir.
promoted
Yes, sir.
many of the ideas and intellectual things have done in the Daryapur.
Yes.
So I think in the future we will definitely organize offline workshop
Yes, sir. Yes.
that is more beneficial to our student, and that ideas and that interactions and communication will be more useful rather than the online webinar. So
Yes,
I
sir.
think you have done a fantastic job, and you have creating the history. Actually, it is the prime responsibility of the teacher to
Yes,
promote
sir.
the ideas in the society.
Yes,
Not
sir.
not to take lectures, not to take assignment, not to take unit test, and not to take the other things, but also promoting the ideas of the student. That is the very useful work you have doing in your college, and you have also done in Daryapur also. I giving you a best wishes for a future,
Thank you,
and
sir.
keep continuing this
Yes,
aspect,
sir.
and
Yes,
never
sir.
get
Sir,
tired.
sir,
Never
sir,
get
sir,
tired.
sir, one thing I would like to share. सर इसकी वजह से क्या हो रहा है आज मेरे कॉलेज के बच्चों में सर वो मेरे पास आके और पूछते हैं सर मेरे दिमाग में आइडिया है इसका पेटेंट करेंगे कि कॉपीराइट करेंगे दैट कल्चर मैंने आज डेवलप कर दिया है मेरे कॉलेज में तो सो
बिल्कुल
दैट
बिल्कुल।
मुझे काफी अच्छा लगता है ये
नहीं, ये यंग टीचर जितने भी है, वेदर इट
हाँ
इज फ्रॉम अमरावती यूनिवर्सिटी, नागपुर यूनिवर्सिटी और थ्रू आउट इंडिया,
यस सर
उनकी रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी यही है। क्योंकि आज तुम एजुकेशन ले रहे हो तो एजुकेशन का फायदा नहीं, वो
नहीं
जो
नहीं बराबर
आइडियाज है, जो इनोवेशंस है, जो दिमाग में उनके जो चल रहा है, उनको कुछ तो भी रास्ता दिखाना, डायरेक्शन देना, वो हमारी रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी है।
यस यस सर
एंड वी आर अवॉइडिंग दैट in most
यस
of the college. The teachers are avoiding the student,
यस सर
and that is the bad scenario for the teacher community.
यस सर
So I think the teachers like you should be in every college, and that be a remarkable thing for the college, for your
थैंक यू सर
college. I
थैंक यू
giving you a best wishes for your future and your students also.
थैंक यू सर
They are lucky that you are having such a good.
no sir no sir this consultancy service is free to all students sir, from the any colleges
Yes, yes, yes. Okay, thank you,
okay.
Dr. Sarang.
Thank you sir thank you
Thank you so much, sir. Then now I invite Dr. Nilesh Rathod, sir, Head of Department of Chemistry, RA Arts, Sri MK Commerce, and Sri SR Rathi Science Mahavidyalaya, Washing, to introduce our third speaker, Dr. Pratik Deshmukh, sir.
Thank you, madam. I welcome to all of you in one-day international webinar, which is based upon new dimensions in research, innovation, startup, and entrepreneurship for Viksit Bharat. For session 4, we have the resource person is Dr. Pratik Kishore Deshmukh, sir, which is working as an assistant professor in Department of Chemistry in Professor Ram Meghe Institute of Technology and Research, Badnera, Amravati. Sir is also working as a CEO in AgroHop industry. Sir has completed his PhD in 2020 and MPhil in 2018, and sir has also published his research paper more than 10 in national and international level, and also attended number of conference in national and international level. So I invite Dr. Pratik Deshmukh sir, please guide us in session for us based upon new dimension and research innovation startup. Please, sir.
Am I visible? My voice is audible?
Yes, yes. So Pratik, continue.
Yes.
Dr. Pratik is one of the inventor and innovator in Amravati University. He has developed many things and participated in Avishkar, and he also formed his own company. So I think that is the remarkable thing he has done in the recent year. So I request Dr. Pratik to continue his lecture.
Good afternoon, all of you. First of all, I'm thankful and congratulating GS Tompe College, Sandur Bazar for running such a novel webinar. Novel because it's happening first time, for a first time, that such webinar with a beautiful title. On behalf of Head of the Department, Science and Humanities, here, Professor Ram Meghe, Institute of Technology Research, Badnera, I am also thankful to all the collaborative institutes, dear students who are joined online and offline. So the theme of today's program is new dimensions in research, innovation, startup, and entrepreneurship for the Vikasit Bharat. So India in 2047, we are going for the Vikasit Bharat. There are two types of country we know. First is the developed country, and second is the developing country. And today and now, our India is the developing country. So when we compare in between the developed country and the developing countries, it depends on the GDP. We generally have high GDP, advanced infrastructure, and widespread across the education and healthcare. The economic development of the citizens or the members in the nation is also a main remarkable thing, which on which the GDP will depend. So for the stronger DBT, we will lead the Vikasit Bharat. Okay, so for Vikasit Bharat, 2047 is our target. India should be a developed country. So first of all, we should change our mindset. Most of the time when I delivered the guest lecture, institutes or anywhere, there is a simple question asked by me to the students. What is your dream? And students happily gives the answer that we are having a dream to get a job. So for Vikasit Bharat, for the high GDP, we should change our thinking firstly. The bread and butter, for which we are asking for the job. The job will give the bread and butter to us, to our family. But if we are going to create the jobs for others, then it will give the bread and butter to ourselves and other families also. That will build the nation. Now we will go through some research. Recently, a news was published that India job crisis depends. Only 42.6% of graduates are employable. So it's a very bad thing, which we should think about that. So jobless India is coming if we are not changing our mindset of research, innovation, startup, and entrepreneurship. It's the title of today's event. All the four words depends on each other. First of all, the research will come, then innovation will come, then startup will come, and final step will be the entrepreneurship. We will provide the jobs to the citizens. We will see the difference between the research and innovation. See, for doing the research, we will require analysis, we will require some finance, and after the research, we will gain some knowledge. So knowledge will be gained after the research. And by using the knowledge, we will do some innovation and we will earn money. It is the beautiful discussion I found here. So the research is the analysis of any subject to discover the new knowledge, and innovation is the practical implementation of the knowledge which we have get through the research. So for the Vikasit Bharat, we should be a job providers. Now innovation. Innovation always has potential to make positive impact on our lives, to solve the problems, improve our efficiency, and it will make us more productive and it will build the nation. So people falls in three categories. I know, I hope, I am confident that we belong to the first category, those who makes the things happen. The second is those who watch the things make happen. And third one, कुठेतरी काहीतरी चाललंय आणि आपण विचारतो की तिथे काय सुरू आहे. So that is the third category. So we are the first. Now the startup. What is startup? Before starting startup, we should know what is the difference between business and startup. Business is implementing any earlier method and continuation of that method is a business. But startup is a company which is in first stages of operations. In detail, if we are talking about the startup, if any company is having age less than 10 years, or any company whose age is less than 10 years, or it has total revenue of less than 100 crores, then it will be called as a startup. Startup will be a company. It can be a private limited company. It can be a LLP, limited liability partnership. It can be a one-person company, etc. So what are the positive impacts of the startup in Indian economy? It will generate the employment. It will do the innovation. Now the entrepreneur. Who is entrepreneur? Everyone who is doing something new and who is earning the money from that something new. That is the innovation. Innovation may be a small or large, but it will be the innovation and he is earning something. That person will be called as an entrepreneur. Entrepreneur is any person that continuously seeks and acts opportunities and economic and social gains through applying the principle of creative problem solving. Now, who can be entrepreneurs? How to become an entrepreneur? So first of all, entrepreneur ये कौन रह सकता है? So there are three categories. First is the inventor. Second is the opportunity spotter, and third will be the project champion. We will take the example. Inventor. कोणीतरी काहीतरी नवीन शोधलाय. That will be the inventor. That is originator of the product. Second is the opportunity spotter. Corona मध्ये, in COVID pandemic, in medical, anything which was in demand highly was a PPE kit. And there was a company who was manufacturing the raincoats of the polyethylene PVC. And that raincoat manufacturing company started the production of PPE kits. And really that company earns in multiples than his past. So it was the entrepreneur, it was the opportunity spotter. And the last one is the project champion. The project champion is the person who can build his own empire, just like any, we will take the example of Reliance Jio. Now, who can be the entrepreneur? First of all, you should have an idea. The idea should be novel. But for identification of the idea, you should have that mindset of identification of the problem. Problem may be a small problem. Scientists said earlier, about 5,000 thoughts came in our mind in a day, in which about 10 to 15 thoughts are meaningful. But the thing is that thoughts came and go. We didn't write it. So that thoughts, that idea should be came firstly, then identifying the opportunity. Then see your idea and see the opportunity. Then match the idea with the opportunity and then build something new. It's a simple way to become an entrepreneur. Now we will come to the DPPIT word. This word will be listened by you. You are listening this word from last year, from 5 years, and you will listen it repeatedly. DPPIT. It is the Department for Promotion of Industry and Internal Trade, Ministry of Commerce and Industry, Startup, Government of India. Actually, the DPPIT is the recognition certificate, which is given to the startup. So it's very good thing that in 2016, only 500 DPPIT startups were there. And in January 25, we, India, are having total 1.59 lakhs of DPPIT startups. Now, what is difference between startup and business? It is the, most of the times, people, students say that startup, no, it's a business. No, these are the two different things. In startup, you will have to find the solution. And in business, you will have the money. In startup, you will be the entrepreneur, and in business, you will say the businessman. In startup, you will have to generate a new idea, and in business, you will use the old model, and you will invest the money, and you will do the business. In startup, you will have the experimenter, and here you will have to be calculated. And lastly, the competition. There is very less competition in a startup as compared to the business. Now, some examples we will take that are familiar with us. Boat. The journey of boat. Now, all the examples that I will show you here are having the revenue in crores per year. With a simple problem identification and giving the product. Aman Gupta, just Sarang Dote sir have given before said before some time. Boat. Aman Gupta. He was the employed in a company. After that, he left his job. He identified that Indians are having the interest in sounds in which the bass is very high. And the cost of the earphones at that time was very high. So he identified the problem that Indians will prefer the device which will be having a lower cost and which will having a better sound quality. So the boat. Next, Ritesh Agrawal, OYO. Identification of the problem, rooms from our mobile booking. Okay, and then getting the room. Identification of the problem, and now ओला. कोणत्याही नवीन शहरात गेल्यानंतर तुम्हाला आता काळजी राहत नाही की इथनं कुठं जायचं, ते किती किलोमीटर आहे, कशाने जायचं. All this happens due to the Ola, Uber. So what was the problem? Problem was हम कहाँ जाएंगे, वहां उतरेंगे ट्रेन से, फ्लाइट से, फिर वहां जाएंगे. That problem was identified and answer is Ola. It's a product. Flipkart is also a product. The problem was shopping from outside was hectic, discounts and all the things. The answer is Flipkart. Zomato. It's a really great startup because it is providing the employment to even unemployed people who is having only license. So Zomato. The problem was getting food at our home, and the solution is Zomato. So these all examples are I am telling you. All starts with a problem, and the solution is the company. Make my trip, Meesho. Even an illiterate lady from her house can earn money by the Meesho. The market is very high. Paytm, Premacha Chaha. These were the startups in the last. Now I will show some 5 startups in current year. The house made up from sewage pipe, done by civil engineer, startup in the Telangana. Deepak Reddy, he was having the problem in his farm, in which he cultivated the potato, onions, and other vegetables. The answer is multi-harvester. AC, हम रूम में AC लगाते हैं. The size of room is 40 by 40 is the dimension. इतने ज़्यादा स्क्वायर फीट के लिए wastage of energy, wastage of time. AC bed, a bicycle which runs in a river. Mitti Cool, a product which will keep the vegetables as fresh in low temperature for 2 days. It's a startup in the Gujarat. Mansukh Bhai. So all these problems starts with a problem and solution is their product. These all are the entrepreneurs. It's an interesting Rajat Jain, matchbox size portable ECG device that can detect the heart abnormalities in a low cost. So that's are the innovation that India needs. And last one is the visit of the Bill Gates at New Delhi in a green vision energy challenge. So this guy in the Marathwada has made a battery operated sprayer cultivator, which was appreciated by the Bill Gates. So all this about the startup. Now, startup. Before going to startup, what you should have? You should have firstly the useful idea. Second, your idea should be genuine. Third is the customer should be available for your idea. Idea should be validated by the experienced person. You should know about the market research, that the market is available for your product or not. And most importantly, similar product is available in market or not. If the similar product is available, then how your product is more efficient than the earlier product. And last, the finance. So all here starts with the idea, and idea comes with the identification of the problems. Necessity is the mother of invention. Okay. So there were some examples in our area who were very nice innovators, but they didn't frame in future into the product because lack of knowledge or lack of mentoring in last time. A guy who was walking on the floor and energy was generated. A trailer was manufactured in our Vidarbha region. Washing machine in 3,000 rupees was manufactured. which will act as a room cooler, room heater, cloth washers, but it was not a final product. A cancer detector, e-cycle. So all these are the examples. But the problem in all the examples was they came to idea. They came from idea to product, but the journey from the product to market was missing. Now here I will tell you about my startup, that is Pravi Agro is my company, LLP. And the journey started in 2014. When I visited my farm, I found the snails which were present on the crops of cotton, orange, banana. So the name of the snail was African giant snail, on which my startup and my product is available in the market. Giant African snail. It's very small, but it's invasive species. Invasive species means a species who can cause a major damage to the plants and animals in particular region. And worldwide, it's treated as a second worst. So first of all, my journey from idea to problem identification, I am telling you now. First of all, when I got this problem, I searched on the website that is any product is available to irradiate the problem. So the answer was no. I got some research paper, but 50% of information was useful, but final product was not available. Then I go through the internet, I got knowledge that more than 150 countries in the world are having the problem of these giant African snails on their crops. In India also, these are the states where these snails occurs. In India, in Goa, Kerala, in Karnataka, people even stops cultivating some crops because of the attack of this giant African snail. So the problem was very high and India was not having any solution on this problem. The Kerala state government agencies do some experiment. They have given some solutions to control the snails, but these all were insufficient. In foreign countries also, the attack of snails was there. In US, even today also, people use the hand picking method of the snail to control their population. They are not having any mechanism. So here in India, so world was पूर्ण जग हे स्नेल्सला पकडण्यासाठी लोक युटिलाइज करून सो त्यांना पकडत होतं मीन्स द all the citizens of their respective nation, the farmers were collecting the snails from the trees and particular areas. So this was the mindset of everyone. Now I was having the mindset that snails should be come to us. We will not go to the snail to catch them. They should come here. This was my first mindset to identification of the problem. मी बरेच प्रयत्न केले 4 वर्षापर्यंत मी वेगवेगळे आय एम अ स्टुडंट professor in the chemistry. So I tried aldehyde, ketones, ester, all the compounds, all the combinations of the compound, all the liquids, all the solids, all the gases even also. And after the testing, I got something. It takes total 4 years for the research from 2014 to 2017-18. It was my consistency to find the problem. And then I got the snail attractant. Now the solution I am having is capable to attract the snail from 40 feet. It was my product, Krishak Mitra. The company was not registered, but I was providing the sample to the city villagers. So many farmers from Maharashtra and other out of the Maharashtra visited me. They tested the solution, they used the solution, they saved their crops from the attack of the giant African snail. I got the patent also. I was appreciated in Avishkar Shetley Award, in national awards, in the newspaper. It was the result. So in this way, in photograph you can see पहले दिन ये सभी स्नेल दूर दूर थे और दूसरे दिन जब ये देखने गए आफ्टर अप्लाइंग द सोल्यूशन सभी कलेक्टेड थे. So in just 300 acre of area was irrigated with the snails. So it was the major success of this product. And the company was not registered. Now what happens in 2022-23? The attack of giant African snails again came, but not in our area, in another district of the Maharashtra. The attack was very high. 72,000 hectares of area on government record was affected by the snails. And I was having the solution, but I was not having the company. Problem was identified, idea was there, innovation was there, and product was there. But these were the problems with my product. And this list of the problem is faced by everyone, will be faced by everyone in their startup. First of all, startup. If I'm going for the startup, it will fail or it will be successful. So there is एक सुविचार आहे की करून पाहायचं, हरलं तर ठीक, जिंकलं तरी ठीक, हरलं तर शिकू, जिंकलं तर जिंकू. But in startup, don't invest, don't use that good thought. Learn firstly, go through all the things, don't waste your time, don't waste your money. So for answering of this question, startup will fail or successful. Only one thing, the discussion. I discuss it with all. मग एक प्रश्न येतो की सगळ्यांशी जर शेअर केलं तर आपली आयडिया कोणी चोरेल, आपली आयडिया चोरी जाईल. आयडिया कधी चोरी जाऊ शकत नाही, कारण तुम्ही जे 8-10 वर्षाचं काम त्याच्यावर केलं आहे, और तुम्ही ज्या स्टार्टअपवर बद्दल काम करत आहे त्याच्यावर तुम्ही एवढा विचार, एवढे प्लॅनिंग केले की एका दिवसाच्या ऐकण्यात ते तुमच्यापासून कोणीच चोरू शकत नाही. सो मोर यू शेअर, मोर बेनिफिट्स यू विल गेट. हाऊ मेनी डेज विल गेट द स्टार्टअप टू स्टँड? हु इज माय टीम? हु आर द कस्टमर्स? मला माहित होतं, आय वॉज हॅव्हिंग नॉलेज दॅट आय एम हॅव्हिंग द कस्टमर थ्रू आउट द इंडिया. So minimum 20 lakh customers are there for my product, which will come interestingly because the product is not available in the world. Area. I was having the knowledge of area. I was having the cost of the product. What should be the cost of product? Challenges, my positiveness and my negativeness, that I was known. Who will provide the finance? It was the major issue for me. And registration of my product. These were the questions before entering me into the startup. So I decided to move myself towards the startup, to idea, to product, and product to market. But still the question was, who will solve the problem? So who will solve the problem? The problem will be solved by the incubation center. Incubation center, just before some time, Professor Saram Dhote has told about the incubation center. Incubation centers are the centers who will solve our problem from the product to market. So I visited the incubation center. I applied to number of incubation centers in India, and one of the incubation centers situated in Jaipur, CCS Niyam, Chaudhary Charan Singh National Institute of Agriculture Marketing, Jaipur, which is the sister branch of Ministry of Agriculture and Farmers Welfare in New Delhi. So I visited there. Number of applicants, thousands of applicants were there. After the number of interviews, 100 startups, 100 ideas for last year were selected, were shortlisted. We are called at the incubation center Jaipur. We have completed the 7-day orientation course. After that, I was qualified. We were qualified. Some of we were qualified for the next round. Then a central ministry visit happened to my house, and they give the positive response. After that, I registered my company, Pravi Agro, and the Pravi Agro was being startup. I got the recognition of DPPIT, Government of India, Ministry of Corporate Commerce and Industry, Department of Promotion and Industry. So now my journey to a startup was easy. Again, after some presentations at Agriculture Ministry Department, I got the funding from the ministry of the 5 lakhs. Now it's my product to be. I am having 2 employees. I am providing employment to 2 families today. It's the product. What's first near attractant? These are the brochures of my product. So here, what I am trying to tell you, a simple thought into idea, idea into research, research into innovation, innovation into product, and innovation into startup, startup into entrepreneurship. Means today earning the money from the research, from the innovation. The simple problems will give you the strong solutions. Now, last part is the incubation process. What is incubation center? What is incubation? The word incubation is listened by us whenever any immature is converted into the mature one. So same way, we as a immature startups, our immature ideas are converted into the mature ideas, and this happens due to the by the incubation center. So what the incubation center will do, what as a idea or as being a new startup, what we will do. First of all, we will visit any incubation center. Incubation center will check our idea is novel or not, it is useful or not, it is genuine or not, idea is having customers or not, then idea should be validated by experienced person. So is our idea is having that type of depth, the market research, and lastly, the similar available in the market. This all will be checked in the incubation center. So firstly, the idea level, then validation level, then MVP, minimum viable product. And lastly, you will get the grant or loan. So there are many grants available. The seed fund means the fund which you will get and you will not have to return that. That is called as a grant. So many grants are available from 5 lakhs to 25 lakhs, and loan for 10 years with the minimum rate of interest are available for the startup. So this page is overall journey of idea to product. First of all, idea, then validation level, then MVP, minimum viable product, and you will get the grant. The same process is very simple. Incubation center will help you, and you will definitely go from idea to product as a successful startup. My management team in the company. Necessity is the mother of invention. Now the last slide. What are the future scopes to work in agriculture? Now, when I am saying, actually, I have given the presentation on product on the agriculture. So I said agriculture, and there is no limitation. काय होते बरेच वेळा की मी बॉटनीचा आहे तर मी इंजिनिअरिंग मध्ये इन्व्हेन्शन नाही करणार. I am the student of maths and I can't do anything in physics. I am the student of chemistry and how can I do something in the computer science? So first of all, remove that barrier. You can do anything in any branch because ज्यांनी काही इन्व्हेन्शन केले आहे ते ना कोणत्या ब्रांचचे होते. इवन देर आर मेनी इन्व्हेन्शन इन इंडिया विच आर मेड बाय द big innovation. So first of all, remove this. You can use biological fungicide. There is a major market available to work as a startup. We can prepare a biological herbicide, biological pest control, insecticides, drone spraying chemicals, and in animal husbandry as a food supplement. After 2 years, no one will use the sprayers. Everyone will spray using the drone. And the chemicals that should be used in the drone are not in the market. So that is the major scope for all of us to doing any research in the drone spraying chemicals. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Pratik. Actually, it is a wonderful talk that you have delivered. And actually, it is one of the example of the startup and how startup has gone to entrepreneurship. So you are the best example in our region.
Thank you, sir.
You are the best example in our region that is going to be a young entrepreneur from a student to student to innovator and innovator, and you have participated in Avishkar competitions and many competition, and from that you have got a idea which is basically affects the agriculture of our region. So I think these small ideas can be converted into new innovations, and new innovations can become a startup for young minds, and that should be converted into entrepreneurship. That the main purpose of such workshop is that to promote the ideas of the student, to give them
Yes.
the examples like you and Dr. Sarang Dote is there, and again Kale is there. So these are the young people who are doing very well in the entrepreneurship, in startup, in innovations, and in research also. So thank you once again for
Thank you, sir.
giving us a time, and it will be a great deal of both of you, Dr. Sarang Dote and Dr. Pratik Deshmukh. So we will definitely organize the offline workshops through pre-incubation center of our college, and offline workshop will be beneficial for the students and young entrepreneurs and young startups also. So in upcoming year or in next academic year, we will definitely organizing offline workshop. Thank you once again for giving
Thank you,
your
sir.
time
Thank you, sir.
and your valuable words sharing with the students.
Thank you so much, sir. So now I invite Miss Shraddha Charjan, Assistant Professor, Department of Mathematics, GS Tompe Arts, Commerce and Science College, Chandrabagar, to introduce our final speaker, Mr. Akshay Kade, sir.
Good afternoon, everyone. I am Ms. Shraddha Charjan from the Faculty PG Department of Mathematics. It's my pleasure to introduce Mr. Akshay Parshuram Kade, sir, Head and Assistant Professor of Mathematics, and B. Raghunath Arts, Commerce and Science College, Parbhani, and also a PhD scholar under the supervision of Professor Y.S. Solanke, sir. His research is topic on the development of cosmological models and observational constraints in modified theories of gravitation. He has completed postgraduate and undergraduate degrees in mathematics from Savitribai Phule Pune University. During this time, he achieved outstanding success in national examination qualifying for SET, NET with JRF as well as the GATE. He has authored 8 research papers, including publications in reputed international journals in Scopus or Web of Science. With over 3 years of research experience and 1.5 years of teaching. Now, I request to deliver the lecture to Professor Kade.
Thank you, madam. Am I audible to everyone?
Yes, sir, you are audible.
Yes. Okay. I'm thankful to GS Tompe Art, Commerce and Science College for giving me opportunity to talk on new dimension in research, innovation, startup, and entrepreneurship for the Vikasit Bharat. And I'm thankful to Dr. Nakade sir for giving me opportunity to talk. Basically, I'm talking about research done in my last 5 years of work. And second thing, how one should go to the industrial area doing a pure science subject like physics, mathematics, chemistry, botany, zoology, etc., etc. So many people are thinking nowadays that if we are doing a pure mathematics or pure science subject, we just go to the field like lecturership, teaching, or research, doing a postdoc, qualifying setnet, etc., etc. But there are a huge number of opportunity in a private sector also for the people like me. One of the simple example of it is everyone has
Hello,
done a
Akshay sir. Sorry to interrupt you. There is some light behind you
yes,
that is
okay,
focusing on your screen. So it is
direction.
direction.
So what I am talking, Many students had done matrices, matrix addition, multiplication, subtraction, division. Is there anyone who can tell me why we are doing this? From you start from the ninth standard doing a matrix manipulation, addition, subtraction, multiplication, inverse of matrix, in 11th and 12th standard. In still graduation, if the people student is from the chemistry, physics, or he is from the life science subject, he also has to learn the matrices. So why we are learning this for the so many years, 7 to 8 years, like matrices, simple manipulation in mathematics? Yes, is there anyone who can tell me what is the application of it? Okay. I will first share the screen. Everyone can see my screen?
Yes, sir.
Yes. Okay. See, in my screen there is a one picture, small picture of tiger. If it is visible, my cursor is there. There is no other picture of tiger on my screen, right? So
Yes,
this
sir.
is a picture of tiger. This is a picture of tiger, right? So this is a one software which is called as a R Studio. It is an open access software. So open access means what? Anyone can use this platform to make research innovation. This is called R5. He can use it for the research, innovation, development, any kind of thing. It is a free of charge software. Anyone can use, any company, or in a college, institute, anyone, those who want, they can use this software. And this is the environment for the coding. What I am trying to say, that how the image should be look like, means everyone take a picture, but then filter it, make it more visible, like add some extra thing in it. If we have pimples, we can blur it from our face using a image processing. So it is a very simple tool nowadays we are using, but it is simple because the coding uses a mathematics. The processing behind is a mathematics, not only just a mathematics, it's a matrix. Every image is a image is just not an image, it has a three dimension. It has a three dimension, it has a length, breadth, and the color, three color combination, red, blue, and green. So red combination, blue combination, and green combination, these are the basic combination from which every color is made up. So actually, pixel means what? A rectangular array of things, or a rectangular array of images, small images uh, that combine together form a one glimpse picture. So first of all, first thing is, I so there are some important library. First library is tidyverse. Second library is ggplot2. The tidyverse is a library which is used for the PCA, principal component analysis. Second is the ggplot2. The ggplot2 is for the visualization and plotting. And the jpeg library used to import the image, because every image is in jpeg or png format. So I will first install that libraries. Now I will import the image of tiger. So if you see how the image of tiger look like, so see, these are all the attribute of image. So this is a red attribute of image. V1, V2, V3 are columns, and 1, 2, 3, 4 are dimension, are rows. So we have total 180 rows and 288 column. So 180 cross 288 is a dimension of image for the red color. This is for the green. Again same, 180 entries here, means 180 rows and 288 columns we have for the green. Similarly for blue also. So if you see on the console, dimension of image, it is 180, 283, 288, and 3. 3 is for color, red, blue, and green. Sorry for interrupt. I have a faculty development program, so which are I'm working. So in a 2 minute, I will continue my session. I have to fill up the feedback form immediately. So be here for a 2 minute. Okay. Thank you for waiting. Now we will see the structure of image. If you see the structure of image, this is red blue combination. Then pre-count. So principal component analysis I will made for green, blue, and red color. These are the plotting of the graph. If you see in the right corner, you will see the some graph histogram for principal component analysis x-axis. So this is a principal component 1 and 2 correlation plot. So I will make principal component for the total image and make its data frame. So if you see, this is a data frame, whole data frame. Means what we have done, we have converted the image into the matrix format. So whole image of tiger will be converted into the matrix format. So every row, column, and the red combination has its dimension, weight, and its specific values. Okay. So I have completed a whole run. What is behind it, I will be explaining in my presentation. So now if you see on the my desktop, if you see the tiger 10, tiger 20, tiger 50, and tiger 100 images. So tiger 10 is basically 10, and the eigenvalue is 10. How the image should be. So this is the image when the value is 10. So this is the image when the eigenvalue is 20. See, it is a blur image now because we have reduced the dimension of total image. So how the image reduce the dimension? It will be used the eigenvalues and eigenvector. Those are the student of the mathematics or background of mathematics. They know very well what is eigenvalue and eigenvector. Then, if you see, this is a image of tiger when the dimension is 50. And this is the image of tiger when the dimension is 100. If you see how when the dimension is increased, dimension means eigenvalue is 100. When the eigenvalue is increased, image becomes more and more clear. So image is basically depend on the how will we the manipulate the image, and it's depend on the how the pixel is of the image. So today's topic, if you see the everyone can see the my PPT, dimensionality reduction. It is widely used. Everyone can go on the website for various website to reduce the image, reduce the image in specific MB, below 1 MB, below 2 MB, right? You can take your passport and reduce its size. So the method behind it is a principal component analysis, and it is subjectively the portion of linear algebra. So many students, whatever their field is, they always ask question, why we are learning mathematics, why mathematics is such an important thing. Because anywhere we can go without mathematics, if we don't have a good knowledge of mathematics, you can't progress much compared to the other subject. That's why mathematics is called as the king of science and queen of all subjects. So okay, it is an interactive session, so try to give the answer. If everyone can see the image of Taj Mahal, I have given the input 30 cross 30. Am I audible?
Yes, sir,
Yes,
you
yes.
are.
Yes. Everyone can see the Taj Mahal input 30 cross 30. 30 cross 30 means it has a 30 rows and 30 columns along with the red, blue, green color combination. So this is the input image of Taj Mahal. Convolution matrix is a productive matrix. So we can do simply a convolution means matrix multiplication. Here is a kernel. What is the matrix? It is a 3 cross 3 matrix. Each entry is 1 by 9. What is the output? We have blur the image. So when we in a background, you can blur the background. Many times we will take a picture from our smartphone and blur behind background. So that will be happen when we are using such a kernel. It is a identical kernel who has a weight 1 by 9, 1 by 9, 1 by 9. It's vary based on the pixel quality. Again, second, same Taj Mahal image, we have changed the kernel. Now what kernel we have taken? 0, -1, 0, -1, 5, -1, 0, -1, 0. And see the output of image. What it did, it sharpened the image, means it detected the edge. So how it will be detect the edge? It will be multiply every pixel by this kernel and subtract it 4 weight from the 5, so that we get only the corner of the images. So when we get the edges, the image becomes sharper. So this is a edge detection. So we have to detect the edge of the image. If you see in the wildlife photography, night vision cameras are on. So what are the night vision cameras? So these are the purpose of night vision camera processing. So for it, the kernel is 1 minus 8 1 1 1 1. When we multiply the input of Taj Mahal with this, we will get the edge detected of Taj Mahal. So see, only the white portions which are the much more brighter, it will be detected. So this is called as a data compression. So any kind of data we have, 2 dimension, 3 dimension, we can reduce it in a lower dimension. So this is called as a data compression. If you see, here is a 2 dimension data. This is a row x axis, this is an y axis, and these are the entries of data. So it is a 2D data. Now it will be converted to 1D. How it will be converted? On the x-axis, where it will be located here. This cross, black cross is located here. Green cross is located here. So on the x-axis, we will get. So basically, we will converting. Similarly, we can take a y-axis. What is the value of this in y-axis? Say it is has a one weight at y-axis. So 1 is the weight. Here is 1.5. Then 1.5 is a weight. Similarly, in which way we will get a reduced data. See, x1 to z1, x2 to z2, xm to zn. So, see, this is a three-dimensional data, and we will reduce it to two dimensions. So it is look like something. We will only take a portion x-axis and y-axis. We will eliminate the z-axis. So it will be converted 3D data into 2D data. So this is the concept behind it. Principal component analysis is the data reduction. So we can reduce the n dimensional of data into the n minus 1 dimensional data, so that we will get the image should be reduced. See, this is the 3-dimensional data, and it will be converted into the 2-dimensional data. So principal component analysis. So these are the step when we are reducing any kind of image. So first step is computing the mean mu and the covariance and magnitude sigma of the origin point. Means taking an average, and the covariance matrix is means we need to correlate, find the correlation between the data points. Then we will compute its eigenvalue and eigenvector. Then we will select first top r eigenvectors and make it then we will make a projection to figure out the subspace, which will be the our reduced space of the image. So what is the covariance measure the deviation in the mean point from its dimension, and the covariance means it will be relation between the two entities. When we will take the two entities or two variables, then how they are related, that will be the covariance. Means what? Height and weight, it has a relation. If your height is the person is heighted, comparatively its weight is high, weight is more. If the person height is minimum, then its weight is also significantly minimum. So height and weight has a correlation. So that correlation varies with a covariance. So this is a positive correlation. If you see, it is a steeply increasing, so it is a positively correlated, and this is a steeply decreasing, so it is a negatively correlated. So this is a formalization for the covariance. Here E of xj is a sample mean, xij is a total our image, our three-dimensional image, and when we will take its multiplication, it is called as a covariance. So what is the eigenvalue? Everyone should who has a BSc BSc with a subject mathematics, they know the eigenvalue. Ax is equal to lambda x. X is your eigenvector and lambda is your corresponding eigenvalue, and A is your square matrix or transformation matrix. But in a real life scenario, if you see the when I have given the image of tiger, its number of rows are 158 and number of columns are 288. So is it a square matrix? Yes. The image of tiger having a row 158 and columns 288, is it a square matrix?
No.
No, it is not a square matrix. So first, what one should do to make a matrix a square matrix? Question arises. How should we convert a matrix into the square matrix? We first have to figure out the eigenvalues and eigenvector. Image should be, even though it is it is in the form of the matrix, we need to convert it into the square matrix. So figure out the eigenvalues and its corresponding eigenvector. So how should we convert the image into the square matrix? Everyone has done A into A चा transpose. A गुणेला A चा transpose करतो. A into A चा transpose केला काय मिळतो आपल्याला always square matrix. But one thing we should be considered, A transpose into A is not equal to A into A transpose. So we will call A multiplied by A transpose is called as a pseudo matrix. What is called as a pseudo matrix? Pseudo matrix is a square matrix. Pseudo matrix is always a square matrix. So first thing we will do, we will multiply A with its transpose, so that we will make a matrix into the square matrix. Okay, then we will figure out its eigenvalues and corresponding eigenvector. So this is the example. X is a eigenvector for the corresponding vector matrix A is equal to 2, 3, minus 4, 6. So A into X is 0, 0. And so these are X is equal to lambda X. So how we will figure out the eigenvalue? We will shift lambda X in the left hand side. So A X minus lambda X is equal to 0. So A minus lambda of X is equal to 0. That is means determinant of A minus lambda is equal to 0. From that, we will figure out it the characteristic equation, and we will get the corresponding eigenvalues values for the lambda. So for example, this is a determinant again. So lambda minus 2, 12 minus 1, lambda plus 1. When we will take its determinants, AD minus BC. So what we'll get? Lambda minus 2 into lambda plus 5 plus 12. That is lambda plus 1 and lambda plus 2. So lambda is equal to minus 1 and lambda and minus 2 are the eigenvalues. And from that, we will figure out that the corresponding its eigenvector. So eigenvalues and eigenvector basically the basic building block for the principal component analysis. Not only for the principal component analysis, every kind of image processing we are doing in these days, it is basically based on the eigenvalues and corresponding eigenvectors. So see, it is a X belongs to RD. RD is a D dimension. So D is equal to X1, X2, X1. Every entry of the X has a D dimension. So for these, suppose U1, U2, so on, UK are the basis vector. So U1 is a one basis vector in the D dimension, U2 is the second basis vector having a D dimension, and UK is the last basis vector with a D dimension. Then SK is called a Hessian matrix. U1 into X, U2 into X, so on, UK into X. It will become the whole D dimensional array of matrices. So we know the orthonormal form. What is the orthonormal? When it's transpose multiplied by, if U is a matrix, then its transpose multiplied by U should be 0, and its normal form should be a 1. So from that, we can compute the covariance of a matrix. Covariance is nothing but mean of X into X transpose minus sample mean of X into sample mean of X transpose. Means what? Sample means of X into X transpose. X into X transpose is a pseudo matrix minus sample mean of X into sample mean of X transpose. From that, we will get the covariance. To represent it in the more computable format, it will be represented at sample mean of X minus sample mean of X into X minus sample mean of X transpose. That sample mean is called as an empirical mean when we will consider individually mean of every rows in it. So this is X bar is a empiric, and we will sum it and divided by its numbers. So x1, x2, so on, xn are the mean. Then we will add up them and divided by the n, we will get a empirical mean. So again, the modification, our sample mean becomes S is equal to 1 by n summation of I is equal to 1 to n xi into xi transpose minus empirical mean x into x transpose. From that, we will figure out at the Hessian. H is a Hessian matrix. It is an identical matrix minus 1 by n into identical matrix into identical matrix transpose. From that, we will get S is equal to, in the matrix format, 1 by n x transpose Hessian matrix into x. This is a simple representation which will be used in the principal component analysis to reduce the image. So from that, now why we are doing this? From that, we will get a symmetric matrix. From dash HS, we will get a symmetric matrix. So what are the benefit of symmetric matrix? Those are the student who has in a MSc MSc level, they knows they have done the reduce the matrix in the diagonal format. They have reduced the matrix in the diagonal format. A diagonal format representation means what? Only we have a diagonal entries. Above diagonal entry and below diagonal entry, we will convert it to 0. When the matrix is diagonalizable, it is very easy to calculate its corresponding eigenvalues, because in a real life scenario, when we are dealing with the machine, we can't figure out that the mean of roots of higher dimension. It is very complicated to calculate the roots. That's why whole the limitation has come in the today's world. When we are dealing with the even we are dealing with the AI, there is a no significant method yet to calculate the root of polynomial. So because of this limitation, we will convert the matrix so that it will be diagonalized. When it will be diagonalized, it is easy to calculate the corresponding eigenvalues of the matrix. That's why first we have what we have done, we have diagonalized the matrix. So for the diagonalization, we will every symmetric matrix is diagonalizable, so we will convert it into the symmetric matrix. So what is a symmetric matrix? The matrix Aij is equal to Aj. Hence we are interchanging the rows into the column, matrix remains same. Such a matrix is called as a symmetric matrix. From that symmetric matrix, our life becomes simple to calculate the corresponding eigenvalues. So for that, we will use U transpose SU to calculate our eigenvalues. From that, see, it is a decomposition of matrix. A is equal to P into D into P transpose. P is your diagonalizable matrix. D is your decomposable matrix. So matrix A should be decomposed. And P transpose is just transpose. From that, our matrix should be a decomposed. And see, these are the corresponding eigenvalue of our images. So what will be the real life image? It's corresponding eigenvalue. Now the task is one need to choose the eigenvalues who has a higher weight. So how it will be chosen? So without loss of generality, we will choose the eigenvalue who has a weight greater than 0. So why we are choosing greater than 0? Most of the corresponding eigenvectors follow in that eigenvalues who has a weight higher than 0. From that we will get a corresponding eigenvalues, and from that corresponding eigenvalue we will get the corresponding eigenvectors. From that eigenvector we will reduce our image. So this is a what we'll call linear equation, transformable linear equation of our image. How to we will reduce the image? So these are the orthogonal direction of all orthogonal direction of our image in which we should reduce its dimension. So vector 1 is correspond to the maximum transformation of U transpose SU, vector V2 so on, vector Vd. They are the first D vectors which has an eigenvalue which is greater or equal 0. From that we will reduce our image. See, these are the all kind of faces. If you see the images, this is a mean mu for the top 100 image of faces. So how the face should be looked, we will be reducing its dimension. For the eigenvalue, how should be it be mu1? These are the faces. First phase, second phase, third phase, so on. If you see the n vectors u1, u2, so on, un, and it's total. If you see that how the dimensionality should be reduced for the first weight, means first eigenvalue. This is for the second eigenvalue. This is for the third eigenvalue image loop. Fourth eigenvalue, fifth eigenvalue, sixth eigenvalue, and seventh eigenvalue. When we will all sum up this eigenvalue, we will get the face of this lady. See, face P is equal to 4. For the eigenvalue of 4, first 4 we will considering the eigenvalue how the face should be look like. It is a blur. When we will increase the eigenvalue, we will consider first 200 eigenvalues how the image should be look like. Image is look like, see, it is a pretty much clear image. When we will consider first 400 eigenvalues of this image, the face should be very much clear. So based on the eigenvalue we can constructed our face image. See, this is a visualization. This is a visualization for the first eigenvalue, first three principal, first three eigenvalue of the our component. See, this is a image of building with street light, and how it will be for the first eigenvalue look like. So this is, see, there is a no other color. It has only three color: red, blue, and green. The whole image has only just a three. This is a representation of color, how this image build up from this basic color. This is the image of one tower and its basic color. This is the image of Nakade sir, someone is talking.
हो एक मिनिट माईक बंद कर कोणा
Okay, so this is the image of car, and how this image is make up by the combination of red, blue, green. It is given in this picture. So in the such a way, this is a how the original image is and how it will be constructed from only just a three color red, blue, and green. It is a given. This is a RBG combination of image. See, this is a image of butterfly. If you see the clear image, and when I will be reduce its dimension, it is a black and white image. See, using the PCA, I will compress that image from one dimension to six dimension. Then the image look in this way. When it will reduce 144 dimension to 16 dimension, it will be pretty much blurred. And these are the first 16 impactful eigenvectors. This is the first eigenvectors image. This is the second eigenvector image. This is the third eigenvector. So on, these are the 16 eigenvectors. When we combine all these 16 eigenvector, the image of the butterfly look like this. So 144 this image is will converted into the 16 dimension. 6 dimension images look like this. And these are the first 6 most important eigen vectors of this image. For the 3 dimension, when we will convert just reduce for taking the first 3 eigenvalues of the vector, then it will be reduced from the 144 dimension to 3D dimension. So these are the first 3 important eigenvectors of the that butterfly image. And so it is a one dimension. Just first only we have considered most important first eigenvalue and corresponding its eigenvector. Then it is the PCA of the one dimension. So in this way, the eigenvalue and eigenvector will be work. This after that eigenvalue and eigenvector we will use for the principles also of one important aspect in the image processing. Then multidimensional scaling and the linear discriminant analysis. These are the nowadays we are using widely. The linear discriminant analysis, everyone uses a Facebook. On the mechanism behind a Facebook, when we are clicking your picture and upload it into your profile, the first thing that innovation done by the Mark Zuckerberg on the when they have invented the Facebook. So concept used behind it is a linear discriminant analysis for the image processing. So point is that why we are so why we are doing or learning mathematics is important, because if any one of student has take a degree or diploma in the image processing, they has a very bright future. Because for the innovation in the research in the artificial intelligence and the data science, the nowadays it is a very important to data scientists should have a knowledge of the image processing. Because when you are going in any kind of a mall, you will buy a product, and just he will enter the entries in his machine, means in his computer. After that he will give the recommendation. If a person, and they will also hear your audio, means Amazon hear your audio video, what kind of you are searching in the net, what kind of images you are clicking. If you are clicking a image with your family, you have a baby, then next time when we go to the mall, they will recommend, their recommend system will recommend you a baby products. Means you sometime you will thought, I have not buy a baby product in the past, then why they are recommending me a baby product. They will carry your profile on the Facebook, WhatsApp, or in any social media. And when they are saying that some kind of image that has a baby in the picture, they thoughtfully, the image processing thoughtfully thought that, if they have a baby, then we should recommend it and giving the more discount like on the baby product, so that they will come again in our institute, in our mall. So that's why the recommend system is widely based on the image processing. If you see the Netflix, when you watch one kind of a movie, suspense, thriller, or next time they will recommend same kind of a movie which are we previously you have watched. So it is possible only because of the image processing and processing stuff. That's why the image processing is a very important thing in a nowadays. Student who has a mathematical background or statistical background, there is a wild number of opening, because when the person who are doing this masters in electronics or computer science, they have a knowledge of a coding, but they don't have a knowledge of the mechanism behind it, how the principal component will be work. And that is your the master key to grab this kind of a learning and make it in a more innovative way, so that in future you will get a place. That's why start not just when we are taking a traditional education, start to like learning some kind of innovative things such as a principal component analysis, data analytics, artificial intelligence, because there are in a future there is a huge number of opening in this field. And the past job means automation is already happening. China made it, most of the product are the they have made are the in the automatic format. So automation is already happening, so lots of the job will be uh, which are the, available in the past few years, it will be not remain in the future. One simple example is a call center. Nowadays there are no requirement of much call center, because the concept the machine has taken the place of the people who are working at the call center, because already machine has solving learning itself and solving the many questions that arises to customer using its recommendation system. So there is a no need much need of the call center nowadays. So the job of the call center has gone. This is so in such a way, so lakhs of job goes from the call center. Same also in a AI means Disney in the past, Disney is a draw the drawing person draw the drawing and then they are shooting it. Now in the AI now the AI, because of AI, they don't need to draw the drawings to make an animation. So the artists we are working in a Disney, their post also widely vacant. So in this way, now we need to learn the more courses like automation, AI and the machine learning, so that in future we got a job and opportunity. Because in the India nowadays, the top number of opening are in the data analytics post, after that for the data scientist. So try to more this my topic is to motivate you and encourage you to do the courses like machine learning and deep learning, so that in future you will get a job and the opportunity to compete with the student that who are already doing this type of stuff, and you get a benefit or edge in this field, because you have a concept of mathematics or physics. Because this kind of a stuff student who are doing engineering is lag behind, because they didn't know how the PCA will be work, or the how the linear discriminant analysis or the regression will be work. So these are the your ages, try to learn it and acquire the best position in future in the various companies. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Akshay, for giving such a wonderful application of matrices. We all mathematicians are known the application only in mathematical way. That is in our books, the application of matrices is given only for finding the solution for system of equations and other that are given in books. So the application of matrices in image processing, we have delivered a nice lecture on this topic. So thank you very much. I I request
Thank
Ruppu
you.
madam to
Yes,
continue this
sir.
session.
Yes. Thank you so much, Mr. Kade, for your deep and valuable knowledge. So now to officially extend our gratitude, I invite Ms. Samiksha Ghom ma'am to deliver the vote of thanks. Samiksha ma'am, are you there? Ma'am, you are not audible.
Good afternoon, everyone. Respected dignitaries, estimate speakers, our management, the principal, all faculty members, and dear students. It is indeed great honor and privilege for me to extend the vote of thanks on the behalf of GS Tompe Arts, Commerce and Science College and the organizing committee of the international webinar on new dimensions in research, innovation, startup, and entrepreneurship for Vikasit Bharat. I would like to extend my sincere appreciation to the chairperson, Honorable Shri Bhaskar Dada Tompe sir, the president, JS Tompe Arts, Commerce and Science College, Chalmur Bazar. Also, I would like to thank Honorable Dr. Vijay Tompe sir on the secretary JS Tompe Arts, Commerce and Science College, Sandur Bazar, and the respected principal, Dr. Ramtike sir, JS Tompe Arts, Commerce and Science College, Sandur Bazar, for their constant support and motivation in organizing such academic events. Now, I extend our heartfelt gratitude to our chief guest and inaugurator of today's webinar, Dr. Dhaneshwar Pawar sir, in charge registrar of SRT Nande, director and professor of School of Mathematical Science, for gracing the occasion and setting a perfect tone for the webinar with this insight address. Now, I sincerely thanks to our distinguished speakers, Dr. Jayant Kulte sir, Assistant Professor at Thapar Institute of Engineering and Technology, Patiala, Punjab. Dr. Sarang Dhote sir, Assistant Professor, Department of Chemistry, Shri Shivaji Science College, Nagpur. Dr. Pratik Deshmukh sir, Department of Chemistry, Professor of Ram Meghe Institute of Technology and Research, Badnera. Mr. Akshay Kade sir, Assistant Professor, B. Raghunath Arts, Commerce and Science College, Parbhani, for sharing their deep knowledge and perspective on innovation, research, entrepreneurship. Your contributions have truly enlightened and inspired to all of us. A special thanks to our convener, Dr. N.D. Gawade sir, HOD of Chemistry Department, co-convener, Dr. Nakade sir, HOD of Mathematics Department, organizing secretary, Dr. S. Ubrande sir, Assistant Professor of Chemistry Department, Joint Secretary, Dr. Rajpuri sir, Assistant Professor of Physics Department, for their tireless efforts in planning and executing this program smoothly. Now, a warm thank to our coordinators, Ms. Tekade Madam and Ms. Charjan Madam, for their dedication behind the scene. I also grateful acknowledge the collaborating institutions, Sumati Devi Tompe Institute of Pharmaceutical Science and Research, Sandur Bazar, Shri Dr. R.G. Rathod Arts and Commerce Science College, Mutijapur, District Okura, Musaji Maharaj Mahavidyalaya, Darwa, District Yavatmal, R.A. Arts, Shri M.K. Commerce and Shri S.R. Rathi Science Mahavidyalaya, Vashir. तुलसिंग नाईक महाविद्यालय पुसद डिस्ट्रिक्ट यवतमाळ, राजश्री शाहू सायन्स कॉलेज चांदूर रेल्वे डिस्ट्रिक्ट अमरावती, SSS KR इनानी महाविद्यालय कारंजला डिस्ट्रिक्ट वाशिम, डिपार्टमेंट ऑफ सायन्स अँड ह्युमॅनिटीज, प्रोफेसर इन्स्टिट्यूट ऑफ सायन्स टेक्नॉलॉजी अँड रिसर्च बडनेरा, श्री शिवाजी एज्युकेशन सोसायटी अमरावती सायन्स कॉलेज नागपूर. Your participation and encouragement added value to this webinar. Lastly, a big thanks to all the UG and PG students, researchers, and faculty members who participate and made this event a success. Your presence and active engagement truly enrich our discussions. Also, I extend my gratitude to our technical team and everyone who contributed in any way to making this event a grand success. Once again, thank you so much, all of you, for your valuable time and efforts. With this, we conclude today's program, hoping that the ideas shared today will resonate and inspire many to contribute meaningfully to the vision of Vikasit Bharat. Thank you.
Thank you, Samita ma'am, for your kind words of appreciation and gratitude. With this, we formally conclude our international webinar. On behalf of the organizing committee, I extend my heartfelt thanks once again to all our speakers, participants, and organizing members for making this event a success. So, wishing you all the very best in your future endeavors, and let's continue to contribute to the advancement of science, technology, and research for a better and stronger Bharat. Stay safe, stay connected.
Thank you, everyone. Everyone can leave the meeting.